I'm in the hot seat.
The cum seat.
It just killed me.
If you're a grown man and you don't move troops around a board to take the edge off, I don't trust you.
I'm gonna just baby batter on your stomach.
Is your Tesla bot more of a field bot or more of a house bot?
I didn't know we were doing a podcast today.
Hey! 3, 2, 1.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Unsubscribed Podcast. I'm joined today by Eli Double Tap, Administrative Results, Brandon Herrera, myself, Donald Operator. Thank you so much for joining in on what we're doing.
Excuse me. All right, today we're talking about whatever you have going on with your life. You have... We're all nerds here, kind of. Everyone's a nerd here. Your new channel, you sent it today, and I was like, holy shit. And then I read the title, I was like, okay, we're going to talk about all of this.
All right. Yeah, let's break it
Homeboy
down.
went straight into the nerd category as his backup. He's like, I have my 2A, and now I have my, what would the best way you would describe it?
Wait, Admin has a new channel?
Yeah.
This is the first I've heard. What is the new channel about?
It's called Bureau Files, and it's for everything in my head that is within the... it's kind of like nerdy category type stuff, playing with different thought concepts. For example, one video is the horrific implications of Finding Nemo. How if Dory can understand and read the human language, that means it'll ultimately end in nuclear holocaust.
I'm willing to follow that train of thought.
So it all started because I was watching so much Finding Nemo with after having a kid. Like he just veges out and turns into a larva, and it isn't annoying. So
Red 40 stares at the TV.
Exactly. I just need him to NPC for a bit so Daddy can get some shit done. So that's the. And I started watching, and I was like, wait, if this fish can read the human language, what would that mean? And I just essentially thought, play it out. The next one, there's only like 3 videos. 2 of them were actual videos. The next one is how I'd properly defend Helms Deep.
I'm seriously just trying to figure out nuclear holocaust from Dory
I
being
break
multilingual.
out the steps.
The first thought in my mind goes to Bikini Bottom. Did they come from like the nuclear atoll, like that type stuff?
I didn't get too much in the Bikini Bottom lore. I tried to keep it within the world of Finding Nemo crosses with our reality. Because in the movie, there's a lot of fish that can understand complex human, concepts.
Yeah,
Just like
Dory
cars.
just has like really bad PTSD or something.
Yeah.
Go on more on what, how did...
I'm just trying to figure out the link to nuclear war.
I know. How is this, grab this, how did that red string get all the way to there on the tack?
So
I'm willing to follow.
So if we look at Dory, right, the dumb fish of this universe.
She's a retard.
She's retarded.
Much like the voice actor.
Right, much like the voice acting. Ellen DeGeneres. All right, so if we look at her, she's on the lower end of the spectrum, but she can still understand the human language. Now, if we go off the law of averages, that means on the other end of the spectrum, there's fish that are way smarter. They can understand languages depending on their coastline. And then if we look at the second movie where there's an octopus that can navigate and traverse outside of water for long durations of time, highly dextile. If we take, say, a sort of a figure, maybe Caesar Octavius the octopus, right? Some sort of high-ranking octopi figure, high dexterity.
Adolf Swindler.
Where were you when I was writing this?
You should have called me, buddy.
It was right under my nose.
Fucking trout is Floppenheimer.
We got to stop Adolf
We must stop Adolf Schwimmer.
A shark with a little mustache.
Yeah.
Fucking call me next time, dude.
Yeah.
You know what you made me think of right now talking about this? You made me think of Matt Damon in the movie Dogma convincing nuns that God isn't real through Alice in Wonderland.
I forgot
Does anyone
about that.
remember that?
No, I've never
seen
seen
that
that.
movie.
No.
You've never seen Dogma? Oh, that's an OG. If you like Kevin Smith, that's one of his good ones. So like Dogma.
Okay, yeah.
You cannot find Dogma anywhere. Like you can't buy it on any streaming service. You have to go to like a YouTube re-upload.
I think you were the one who told me that. I think
Yeah.
we were talking about this like a year or 2 ago.
Yeah, I downloaded it off of Pirate Bay and put it on my computer and then like put it on my TV just to watch it because Dogma isn't available anywhere.
Lost
The
knowledge.
office mass shooting.
What?
Oh yeah, when they go and kill Mubi, the CEO of Mubi.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's- oh,
wow.
It goes fucking hard. If you haven't watched that
I have
ever, you'll be like, Really, really
The
good. though.
full movie of Dogma is uploaded on YouTube right now. You can watch it. It's going to be taken.
Don't
down
click
on
away.
YouTube.
Too early.
Their retention time
You've never
was
seen
crazy.
Dogma?
No, I don't, dude.
Oh my god!
They're
That's so
angels
good.
too that do the.
Oh, I actually just watched Constantine for the first time.
Oh, so good.
I'd only gotten like 2 minutes into it before I was like, oh, that's cool. And then just never kept watching it. But that's really good because they're making a second one.
It's one of the best. That intro is so hard hitting when it's like they touch the spear of destiny.
Yeah.
And then immediately like that vehicle hits them, nothing happens. You're like, oh, okay, this is gonna go fucking
Yeah, Mexicans, am
super
I
hard.
right?
And then you've got Keanu Reeves just being, God damn it. Keanu Reeves just being John Wick, but for the supernatural. Like he's just straight up John Wick in that movie.
Trying to flip the lighter. His
Oh, yeah.
wrists are cut.
dude.
He's like, the tendons don't work if you cut deep enough.
That's
Oh, dude, that's
funny.
the best Satan ever in that movie. The Russian dude.
Also the guy from John Wick.
Holy shit.
He was in John Wick too.
yeah.
He's the dad.
Pencil.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
You never seen it?
No.
Oh, it's really good.
I was thinking of the one with, is it like the Al Pacino plays the devil?
Oh, that's I know what you're talking. That holy shit! I forgot he was in that one too. Where his dad is the devil.
Oh,
Nicky?
is that it?
No, it's not. A little bit of a different
Talking about
tone.
the Devil's Advocate.
Yeah, Devil's Advocate.
Yeah.
That one's a good one too.
Talking about the Adam Sandler classic.
Devil's Advocate. So you got that, and then the Battle of Helms Deep, where you go into depth on
Right.
how you would actually defend that.
So I was watching it, and I was looking at the keep of Helms Deep, and I realized as a defensive structure, it is suboptimal, as one might say. And so within the realm, because ideally it's like, oh yeah, how would I defend Helms Deep with the 240 broad? Yeah, I get it. All right, I understand. I would love to mow down a bunch of Orci with MG42s. I get it. Working in the
Sounds
realm
racially
of
charged.
They have families now, by the way.
fuck them.
All right, Asmongold.
Fuck them.
This is the first episode Asmon's gonna watch to like review. He's like,
Bleep my cursing in case my mom watches this. She's gonna get real mad at me.
Yeah, sorry, Chase.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. But yeah, no, within the realm of Lord of the Rings, breaking down how they could have actually won and or defended the structure better.
What? Go on.
You want me to break it down?
Yeah.
All right,
Welcome
so-
to the autistic community.
All right, so
they're
we
like
got-
story time.
So we got King Theoden coming out of his stupor after he's under the influence of Saruman. And wait, is it Saruman? Anyway.
Yeah, that crusty old queef that was telling him
Wormtongue.
everything.
Yeah. Grima Wormtongue, whispering in the ear. So he comes out of it and he's like, all right, I sent my riders off north, his meta cavalry horse army, which historically speaking in antiquity, the horse army or horse archers are the absolute meta of ancient warfare. Now, he's going up against an army of the meta that would be old uber heavy infantry with pikes. So they're probably expecting Rohan cavalry to show up. Now, he wants to take all of Edoras to Helm's Deep. The problem is they're getting closer to Isengard, where the army is coming from. So from a strategic standpoint, he's putting himself into a bad spot. Now, there was another YouTuber, and I'm totally blanking on the name right now, who broke down like just how bad the keep was of a defensive structure. A lot of things wrong with it. There's a tower with no murder holes. It just has a giant ass horn on top.
We don't know the YouTuber, but I can imagine how he smells. Go on.
How do you have a kid?
I don't know. Yeah. Once you get like when you start trying to like chase
stash,
tail.
bro.
Yeah. The structure is terrible. No drawbridge. There's an open grate underneath the wall that does no protection for the keep. Once you get inside of that, the keep itself, there's no other murder holes to stop the like. Once you're in the gate, you're in the entire structure. Terrible defensive structure. It's also at the base of a mountain, so that means potentially they could flank and get up high above you. It could take technically a smaller army could siege the keep with less troops because it's inside of a valley, so they just cut off the entrance to the valley and have standoff time. So it's overall a terrible defensive structure. Now, working with that still, I go
Looks
over.
cool.
It looks hella sick.
Fucking
Yes.
It looks sick as fuck.
It looks
Joe.
very sick, yeah.
Like in reality, what most people don't know about the structure is it's actually, thanks to Peter Jackson, a miniature. So any normal sized person could just kick down the front door. Very suboptimal for an actual military incursion.
Thank you, Brandon. Suboptimal. You really hit the nail on the head. Fantastic, Brandon.
That's the first issue. Well, it's built for ants.
Peter Jackson didn't build it quite nearly big enough, really.
Are you go ahead.
No, don't you.
No,
You started.
I was just speak on the lore that you were talking about. The one spot you were talking about is that when the fucking orc ran in with all the bombs on his back, and the one point that they didn't think about for hundreds of years to fortify.
Yeah, and maybe. And to be fair, who knows what sort of intel they're working with on new technology coming out of Isengard? Right? They have no scouts out there. I mean, they have wargs that could maybe eat your scouts, which are like these massive wolf beasts. So who knows how close you can even get to Isengard undetected, right?
Yeah.
As a Rohirrim scout. So your intel gathering is very limited. And so they're really going, I mean, you got to think too, the Uruk-hai are brand new meta class heavy infantry. They're going up against, a bunch of women and children at the keep. And the only guys that have fought these dudes have been, the people of the Fellowship, Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli. So they're the ones that truly know and have the intel on the Uruk-hai. Legolas mentions it at the... Shut the fuck up.
Dude, this is so good because also you have to think explosives have probably never been used up to that point. So they're like, it's not a choke point. It's just like, oh, it's where the water runs through. We're good. This is sewage. This is everything.
Yeah.
So they weren't expecting a giant fizzy thing. They're like, what the fuck is that?
What is that?
Yeah, they didn't come up with gunpowder.
Yeah.
Right.
Context for the expression. I have a confession. I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
It's all good. It's all good, dude.
Yeah.
I try not to be that guy that's like, oh, you haven't seen that movie? Like Trout is over there.
I've seen I've probably seen all of it throughout 5 different watch sessions on TNT at Thanksgiving sort of thing. I've seen several parts of it, but I know the lore. I just don't. I've never seen it all the way through. I've never sat down.
The gang watches Lord of the Rings.
Because I know, if you watch the director's cut or the version you're supposed to watch, the extended cut, if you watch all of them, it's 20 hours.
Oh, dude, it's like a
Eli,
marathon.
I have an idea. I propose we rent out a movie theater and we watch all of them back to back.
I'd be down.
Not the gay ones.
Probably
the original 3.
So that's what turned me off to Lord of the Rings, because I was like, all right, so I was homeschooled the last few years of high school. Lord of the Rings is a thing you have to do. You have to watch it. And so I went to go see The Hobbit. And that was my first full Lord of the Rings experience.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, wow, this is fucking gay, dude.
If you want to see the biggest turn, it's like, let's take 3 books and turn it into 3 movies. And then it's like, let's take the shortest book, The Hobbit, and then turn that into 3 movies. And then also Peter Jackson, by the way, you're going to be the third choice for a director, and you have to come in and fix everything what everyone fucked up. Good luck.
Do you remember the GoPro scene in the river?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Terrible, dude. Oh,
that was the point, I think, where I started texting in the theater.
Eli,
I did not give a shit.
We take all of our friends and we do a marathon. All 3 Lord of the Rings. We rent out a movie theater.
It's for 12
hours. We just watch it for 12 hours straight.
It's literally, if we get the director cut extended edition, I think it's 13 hours or something.
The gang does Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I feel like if we found a smaller theater on an off day, just on a random Tuesday during the day, that's not that expensive.
No, God,
no, dude, it costs a couple $100. Maybe
for everybody together.
Dude, $2,000. We fucking watch it.
Split it 20 ways.
Yeah. We all just watch Lord of the Rings for an entire day.
In a movie theater, I got to experience that in a movie theater, which
I did too.
Oh yeah, you were the same age back.
Dang, dude, what was that like?
Dude,
it was awesome.
It was high school was dope as shit. Just like Kill Bill. It was those things where you're like,
I've never seen a Tarantino movie in theaters. I wanted
the next
to.
one. His last one, we have to go.
I regret not having the experience of seeing Inglourious Bastards in theaters.
Inception.
It was so good.
Yeah. Interstellar.
Dude,
75. Doing that at the IMAX was the greatest experience I've ever had. I was like,
Eli and I got the top tier. Our years when we grew up, we got to see all that shit in theater.
I did get Dune 2 in theater in the IMAX. That was great. Oh, I think both Dunes technically, but when Dune 2 started in the IMAX, it was I just melted into my seat. It was so good, dude.
So both Dune movies, I had a cheat code because I had Cody to my left every time a Dune movie has come out. Because I never read the books. I would have never understood half the intricacies of the plot if it wasn't for me going, what the fuck is happening?
All right, Paul Atreides and the
it's Cody's
is he a worm?
Yeah, he's not a worm. He's not a worm.
Dude gets so hyped on it, dude. I love it so much.
Actually doxed your face the first time to the.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Chase, can we put that one on the screen?
Yeah.
Oh shit happens here.
There was one person. It was there was 200,000 or 300,000 views on that vlog.
Yeah.
There was one dude that was like, Was that admin?
Delete comment.
Delete comment.
Funny enough, of all the people
Does it
that,
win
yeah,
like that?
of all the doxing that I've got, Cody attributes to most of them.
I think that's a statement for multiple people.
It was such a fun weekend.
Like most of the time when you get doxxed, it's by people who hate you.
Cody with
The most
Demo's
effective
dog.
one was
It's
Cody.
Cody's Demo's dog. Cody's like, here you go. Look at that cute. What was it? It was like the dog
his
had
tag.
its tag. It had all the information. Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens. Hey, what are you gonna do about it?
I hate to victim blame, but maybe don't put your social security number on a dog tag.
Wait, what?
No, I'm kidding. He didn't do that.
Oh, I was like, oh my god.
Address or something. How? Yeah, he texted you
Blood
pretty
type.
quick, right?
Oh, he texted me immediately when I released it. He was like, people are calling my house. Because he just got the new puppy.
Yeah.
And like it's a
Oh,
big boy
shit.
now, but it was like right when he got it. And I was like, hey, little puppy. It was like my first time visiting San Antonio.
Yeah.
Our first time coming to visit Demolition Ranch. And sure enough, there was one frame.
Yep.
If you go frame by frame, you could see the dog's collar that has Demo's phone number and like his name and everything on it. And people got his phone number.
That's
off of
crazy.
that.
What was his phone number? Can you say it for the?
Yeah, it is. Hold on, let me bring it up quick.
Y'all parasocial motherfuckers are why we don't do meetups.
It's crazy to see a frame and be like, he'll answer my call.
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah.
That's the crazy part. Imagine seeing that and going like, I have forbidden knowledge.
Hi. You sent me
Dude,
the
it was
voicemail.
so wild because I was just having fun with this puppy, and the puppy's doing this, it's having fun, and like the collar and the tag flips around for one frame, and someone went, "Oh, there's a phone number." Like,
Dude.
holy shit!
These boys are dialed. These boys are dialed in when it comes to that stuff. What was it like? They will not divide
He
us?
will not divide us. I was just
Yeah,
going to say that the
yeah.
Shia LaBeouf
Yeah, when they tracked down the flag on 4chan or whatever it was.
The star
with
patterns,
nothing.
They had the star pattern board.
And the
Yeah.
flight and the
Times and
flight.
stuff.
Yeah, you're like,
And at one point, like after they were just like, all right, fuck it, finally, like we cannot do this, so they just stuck it to like a flag on the wall inside of a house where you can't see any sky in the background, you can't see anything, and they were able to track it down to an apartment in the UK.
Oh my god.
And they started fucking with the stream by there were blinds, they were shining laser pointers through it, like with the streams. Like, dude, weaponized autism is terrifying. Scary.
Yeah.
Have you ever talked to those DoD like data analysts actually responsible for putting warheads through windows? They're fucking ridiculously dialed autistic.
oh yeah, you need to be to do any of that stuff. You find
made me
comfort in it.
think.
Oh, fuck that. All alone? Now time to trim the old pubes.
Hey there, beach babe. Are you ready to soak up those summer vibes and get the perfect beach bod?
I don't have pants on.
Yeah, I noticed. Well, you're in luck, because our friends over at Manscaped.com have you covered from head to toe. With the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, they'll have you looking and feeling good this summer. Trust Manscaped to unlock the confidence you need to turn heads this summer season. Join the 10 million men who already trust Manscaped and use discount code UNSUB at checkout to get 20% off your order plus free shipping. Let's make this summer your smoothest one yet.
Keep your ear and nose as tidy as your hedges. With the Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose head trimmer, you'll be looking classy as ever.
The updated Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra groin and body hair trimmer got a summer makeover. It's waterproof now for all those times you need to shave your groin or body hair at a pool party.
So get 20% off plus free shipping using code ONSUB at manscaped.com. The summer sun is here to stay, so trust Manscaped to keep those pubes at bay.
Back to Helms Deep.
Oh yeah, Helms Deep. Yeah,
I love our tangents. We're like, and then we got to Demo's dog somehow.
Where was I on the Helms Deep topic?
Arrows blowing up. It's a shitty fortified position.
whole thing's
You
a
would have
miniature.
changed it. Yeah.
Right.
It's a miniature.
So if we go off the rules with Inside the World, right? So ideally, if King Theoden wants to stick with going to Helms Deep, which I think he shouldn't have, I think he should have moved further away, maybe more towards Gondor, nonetheless taking everyone, and then have the horse army intercept all the Uruk-hai. Now, the Uruk-hai numbering at least 10,000 strong will be going against a horse army about 2,000. That may sound like they're outnumbered, but there's a historical battle called the Battle of Carrhae, where Crassus went into Parthenon and his legions got absolutely messed up by the Parthenon horse archers. 9,000 horse archers, 1,000 cataphracts. And cataphracts would be like the heavy cavalry of the day. Now, that horse army absolutely worked over Crassus's heavy infantry. The premier heavy infantry of the Mediterranean at that time, going against the premier horse archers of the time that we know of. And the horse archers won with less numbers. So if we take that and we say, okay, well, we have a baseline where we could succeed, that horse archer army shows up, intercepts the Uruk-hai, and they don't engage in melee combat in the movie style. They would just ride around shooting their bows at them until they wither that army down over time, because they're entering into the massive steppe that would be Rohan, right? So that was my proposition of a better overall plan. Now, if King Theoden was to stick with that, he goes to Helm's Deep. He essentially would have to start digging trenches as fast as he could, and I would say dismantling the drawbridge in, so that the Uruk-hai don't have instant access to a plywood door that they could walk right up to and get access. Yeah. And then what I also propose is essentially you ditch the deepening wall because it adds no extra benefit. He got blessed by, I would say, the premier archers of Middle-earth, the Lothlorien archers, who show up out of nowhere, 500 deep from the estimates that I could find. They said regiment, which I think a regiment would put them up to 1,000, but I think going off the numbers I saw, it's 500, so okay. And then they have 300 additional Rohan fighters, but of those 300 fighters, it's not a lot of the cream of the crop of like infantry dudes. It would be like, old dudes, young kids. So it's like, what are we gonna do with these guys? Essentially, I would say move everyone into the Hornburg, to the keep, ditch the wall, and then you would have archers rotating on shifts, because like these elvish archers, elves live for who knows how long. They have elvish magic stuff. It's raining. If you look at history when it comes to archery, if it's raining, it's going to make your bowstring a little bit looser, so that the bow's not going to be as effective, but they might have elvish magic.
How many top-down strategy games do you play?
A lot, dude. If you're a grown man and you don't move troops around a board to take the edge off, I don't trust you.
I'm just looking at like your Civ time on Steam.
It's more so Total War games. I'm a big Total War guy. I've replayed Medieval 2, Total War a lot. I'm hoping they will one day make a Medieval Total War 3, but I have my doubts.
I think elves are eternal. I know they age, but I think they can live until they go to the west, right?
Yeah, it's like, I forget the name. My brother-in-law is a massive, he's read the Silmarillion and everything, or the Silmarillion, whatever you say it.
Nerdrotic Gary. Yeah. That dude has the absolute pinnacle of knowledge when talking about Lord of the Rings. He's very pissed about the new series. Extremely.
Understand.
I only know it because of Taylor. I brought it up in the podcast we did with Nerdrotic. I only know it because Taylor from PKA is so into Lord of the Rings lore and is so fucking upset by the new series. Like, they didn't even get the Silmarillion. I'm like, wow, they didn't even get the wow. Holy shit.
How could they not?
What the fuck?
How could they not? What's the matter with some?
Look, dude, the action threshold for me getting pissed off at modern Hollywood is not very high. I don't even have to see the source material. I'm just like, all right, that's
chances are it's gonna blow.
I agree with you. Yeah. It's like, what is that? You fuck one dog. It's like,
all right, that sounds about right.
One dog.
So I think it's a Welsh thing, right?
What's up?
That's a Welsh thing with all the sheep and everything.
Well, I think it was the Germanic joke, or something along the lines of like, he built 1,000 bridges. No one calls you a bridge builder. Fuck one pig.
Classy.
So then you would have just won the war outright, just doing it that way. You're like, okay.
Well, I mean, so essentially, my big complaint is that they lost a lot of elvish lives for no reason, because they had them all at the deepening wall. So it's like, all right, you're wasting, like, all these archers down there that you should have leaned into way more are getting murked now because they had the black powder to breach the wall. Now, I was playing with, all right, they see no infantry on the wall. Do you think the Uruk-hai would still try and breach that wall? It's debatable. My thought was like, yeah, they're Uruk-hai. They're probably just following orders, So then they try and breach the wall and then go through, and then all that black powder, who knows how much they brought, is discharged. Now they don't have to worry about it with the Hornburg. I can stop. Like,
I'm enjoying.
This is going on for a bit.
I'm thinking like you're Finding Nemo video in your new channel. 2 minutes. Helms Deep. 3 hours, 57 minutes. It's just like an episode. Listen here. And you're just like sketching on your whiteboard.
There was
behind
a whiteboard,
you.
yeah.
Was there actually?
Yeah, there was actually a whiteboard.
Oh, I fucking guessed on that.
Yeah, that was pretty dialed in. Yeah, that was pretty locked in.
How is like I like the scene where it's like everyone draws on a not a compound bone, an actual like
I talked
bow,
about
and they're
that,
holding it. It's the old guy that's like.
Yeah, it's all right, dude. Get the hell out of here. You guys ever pull a bow back once in your life? Yeah, shut the hell up.
And then chaos starts.
Yeah.
Fucking love that. So that's your new content, pretty much. Oh,
that's the new autism where you're like, it's just like we watch gun movies and we're just like, Oh, that's bullshit. This is awful. I can't enjoy this. Now that you're in the bow world, you're like, oh, no, they would never do that. That's garbage.
Yeah, pretty much, dude.
Yeah, every time you get a new TISM unlocked, movies become shittier.
Yeah, it sucks, dude. It sucks.
Suspend belief.
But yeah, no, it's a new channel. I'm probably going to ice the managerial outcomes channel for a bit, focus on bureau files and just admin.
Why do you think that? Why do you make that decision, I guess?
Too much. I think there's just too much content if I were to do all three, like nonstop. And I'd probably get burnt out myself. So
Yeah.
I'm going to ice it for a little bit because I've been doing podcasts and stuff on managerial outcomes. So
I enjoyed some of the podcasts, like the one video you did with. I don't know if this was on managerial outcomes or not, but Sam Hyde, that video.
Oh, that was on my main.
Okay, that was very good. That was hilarious.
Yeah, dude, Sam's awesome, man. Sam's a really cool dude.
It seemed like a really fucking fun time because I could tell like you're trying to be straight, man, and I could just see you breaking. It is so hard because Sam is so funny.
Dude, those guys are they're
get some light
so
on 'em.
quick. They are so fast. Just him and his crew. Like they're you can't keep up, dude. You cannot go toe to toe with their humor. They've been doing it for years and they're very good at it. Like it was very humbling. Like I thought, like, oh, haha, I got some funniness to me. No, those guys blow you out of the water.
The bit where you're shooting the Arosaka, boom, hit, boom, hit, boom, hit. You can stop. It's a child.
3 kills. They're all children. What are you doing? Stop this madness.
Yeah,
It was so fucking just. Watching that video for 20 minutes, I was never bored.
yeah,
it was just
dude.
really good.
Oh,
Really good.
He was a great time. He was a blast to have. And they were great sports about coming out and like shooting in the Arizona summer too. Because I think it was like June when they were out, so it was hot as balls. But they're awesome. And then I got to go see their comedy show.
Oh, really? How was that?
Oh, it was hilarious, dude.
I hear they basically just terrorized the audience.
Yeah. It was pretty. It was 10 out of 10 in not YouTube term. It was fantastic. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why, like, I know we talked
Not
about
in
it.
YouTube terms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before we talked about it, it's like that's when they do not allow phones or anything because that is one where you're
No
like, oh, we
phones,
can't
yeah,
record this
no.
one. That would not be a good.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't allow cameras in the live shows. Some of us have careers.
Yeah. It was one of those. Yeah, definitely where it was very enjoyable.
Yeah.
So
How was watching how they did that entire thing? Because this is, if you guys haven't watched it, it is absolutely insane. Like lighting people, was it part of the bits and warning everyone beforehand? You're like, hey, we got this bit where we're gonna flash lights with the.
no, we just rolled into it live. I just made sure the guns were safe, and I was like, all right, what do you want to do? And we just kind of compiled everything after they would do their bits.
Still safer than Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, still safe. Yeah.
Bizarre.
It was wonderful, dude. It was wonderful. It was a real treat getting to see their level of talent unfold.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But that was one of the most surprising ones. Like, oh, and it worked. It did really good. That was like a fucking monster on your channel.
They did pretty solid.
What's your next video for your new third channel?
It's TBD. Probably something about how like humanity is cooler than alien. I want to talk about James Cameron's Blue Freaks. Essentially, like
Avatar.
Yeah, Avatar, right? Well, how the giant blue, like how that dude gets sent into giant blue cat girl, and how humanity is better than they are, kind of thing. Because like I was watching that movie and I was rooting for the Space Marines.
Like these motherfuckers ain't made in God's image.
Yeah, it was like, dude, my space racism's up to an all-time high. Been playing a lot of Warhammer 40K too.
Basically, you're just like, oh yeah, this is just the Pocahontas in outer space.
I was like, get out of here, dude.
Space savages.
Dude got one whiff of giant blue tail, and he's like, all right, forget my own race.
That blue tang.
Yeah. Oh god. And then they use World War I tactics to go blow up a giant tree. I'm like, what the hell?
We travel across fucking light years to go there and like, no. We gotta switch it all up.
We're gonna push a bomb out of the back of a cargo plane.
Look, the only reason why we did not just completely lay waste, we did a little bit, but not to the degree we could have in the Middle East, is because we felt bad because they're people. Avatar, that's off the table. They're aliens that are killing humans. Fuck them, dude. We're glassing the shit out. All we need is a mineral, dude. Robots can come get that after we glass the surface.
Yeah. I didn't see no blue.
Cody, what's that 15-foot puss?
Give me a big blue puss.
He wants that Navi tail, literally.
This man couldn't walk and he finds big blue puss. Come on.
He just wakes up and a big blue cat man's like, my dick works again.
Yeah. Game on.
Wait,
Betray my own race.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Humanity.
I love how they have this technology, but they couldn't literally just avatar him into a lab-grown clone of himself to walk again.
They couldn't make this man walk again. They just instead make him fuck blue aliens.
They could have diverted the entire premise of what their problem was in that movie.
Completely different move.
So that might be on the roster. That might be on the roster. Yeah.
Yo, but Hurt Locker, am I right?
You know what I'm saying? How those ELD guys so good at sniping? You tell me.
Isn't that what happened? Or
Dude, they drive out by themselves. Fucking, I hate Hurt Locker so much. Despise that movie so much.
It was him and his wife fighting against each other for the fucking best movie that year, wasn't it?
Jeremy Renner?
Whoever directed the Blue Alien movie.
James Cameron
and then
was the wife the one that directed Hurt Locker? It was a female that directed Hurt Locker.
Yeah, it was like his ex or like his wife.
That's crazy. If you might be teaching me something brand new.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Catherine Bigelow.
Wait, they were competing?
Yeah, because he
2008.
He made Big Blue Space Aliens, and then she did Hurt Locker, and then they were like competing against each other for the award that year.
Really?
I think I could be wrong in this.
I did not even know that.
Did Zero Dark 30 as well.
That's
interesting.
Okay, Zero Dark 30, banger. We just watched that the other day. That follows military very well. Yeah. Hurt Locker, not at all. Like, period.
The Hurt Locker won the Oscar for Best Picture over Avatar.
Yeah, and that was his ex-wife, right? Maybe I could be fucking myself.
Don't know, but this actually adds some interesting context. Avatar cost $230 million to make.
But how much did it make? Watch this.
Hurt Locker cost $11 million.
Yeah, but Hurt Locker made what? I'm guessing $400 million, but Avatar cost $2.1 billion or $1.8 billion.
Well, yeah, when you put it that way.
Jarvis, pull up the numbers, please.
Hurt Locker earned $27 million.
Oh, never mind.
So over double. But
the amount of money a movie makes. That's
Yeah.
how you quantify how good it is.
I hate Hurt Locker. It is
Avatar-
fucking the least realistic war movie I've ever seen.
Avatar earned over $2.2 billion.
That held the highest gross. Is that still the highest gross?
No, I think Endgame it up.
Oh, yeah, Endgame. That was
Or Infinity War probably, and then Endgame. But yeah, the Unobtainium is so fucking lazy.
Yeah, it is, dude.
It's like, are you serious right now?
What do we call the thing that you can't obtain? Let's call it unobtainium.
Wait, is that what it's called in the movie?
I'm dead fucking serious. This that is one of those things that like made it somehow, like, because you couldn't come up with a better joke, it made it from the first draft of the script when it was on a back of a cocktail napkin all the way to the final cut.
James Cameron's like, this was a joke. I wrote this down as this is a joke.
Well, we recorded the lines.
Yeah. Hurt Locker, no war. You don't, a single unit doesn't just leave the gate. You're not allowed to leave the gate as just a Humvee and be like, bah. Yeah. Bye, guys. The gate guard would be like, where's your fucking team at? Where's like the other 4 vehicles? And then you're not running out in downtown Baghdad trying to save a kid.
No, you got this confused because when you were deployed, you weren't the protagonist. Like, you were just an NPC, dude.
I don't see what the problem is.
Like your protagonist arc wasn't until, doing this whole thing. Like, and when you were in the military, you were expendable. You weren't Jeremy Renner.
100%.
Why couldn't they have just come together and like Big Blue trying to disarm bombs?
Hurt Locker meets fucking Avatar.
The Avatar Locker.
Yeah. This blue puss.
Eli, what you don't understand about your military career is your entire life up to that point was just to be able to see the protagonist one time and say, patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
I hate that movie. The sniping, too. I forgot about that scene.
I thought you were going to say New Vegas. I'm like, excuse me?
Isn't it great? Like, Ralph Fiennes shows up and then gets killed. Is that his name? Ralph Fiennes?
There's a
guys that plays Voldemort.
Oh, holy shit. I forgot he was in that.
It's like the general in there, right?
No, he was a contractor. At the sniping scene. One of the best actors ever. And they're just like, all right, time to kill this guy real quick.
You're going to do this? Okay.
They killed him off. Like
yeah.
Damn.
Dude, that movie is absolute garbage. Very few war movies are done proper. I remember all the awards coming out at that time for it, and every dude I knew that was in the military was like, Homeboy pulling up in a vehicle, and then Jeremy Renner walks up and like points a gun, he's like, get out of here. That dude would have been lit up at the point where it says do not cross this barrier, there is.
Yeah.
And especially with 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-old infantry dudes, if you don't think they are not reserved on the trigger when a vehicle runs and blows a checkpoint. They're like 240.
Especially back in the day, dude. That was, it was a completely different thing in the later, I'm saying this like I was there, but like.
You were there.
No, fuck you.
Brandon, dude.
Hey, thank you for your service, dude.
Dude, did you see
You're not even involved in this.
Brandon has a purple heart now.
Sir?
Oh, shit. I didn't know we were saluting.
Over here.
Someone gave him a purple heart. He's like, I'm putting on my watch and getting at it.
Our sponsor for this video is PDS Dep because everything is really expensive right now.
I spent $400 at the grocery store, and I don't even know what I got.
Milk. He got milk.
One milk. You may be in debt right now because the economy is in shambles.
You know what also comes with debt? Stress, anxiety, existential doom.
PDS Debt has a solution for you.
Help is available.
Whether it be medical bills, collections, credit card debt, they have customized options for you.
If you're making payments on your debt and your balance isn't going anywhere, this is the solution for you.
PDS Debt has options that consolidates all of that debt into one low monthly payment.
Everyone with $10,000 or more in eligible debt qualifies, and there's no minimum credit score required.
Save thousands in interest and fees, and pay off your debt in a fraction of the time.
PDS Debt is a top-rated company on Google and has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau.
They're personable. Go check out all the reviews and see how many specifically mention PDS employees by name.
It's incredible.
You can get a free debt analysis right now by going to pdsdebt.com/unsub. It takes 30 seconds. Go to pdsdebt.com/unsub. Go now!
I'm going.
Dude, Helms Deep, am I right?
Helms Deep, am I right, brothers? New channel's doing numbers. Helms Deep videos got 70 views, I think, so far.
Crushing the
Crushing
game.
it, dude.
Isn't it wild? Just like, you're like, this is going, you put in all this effort and then you roll out and you're like,
Well, I'm trying to do it organic. I'm not trying to like push it just yet, like too hard. I've been like doing it on Twitter because my worry is like getting too many gun guys over that just want gun stuff and they're like, wait, what's this nonsense? So I was trying to like do it a little bit more organically.
you're doing it because he doesn't even put his face on the thumbnail. So I was like,
No, kind of. I was kind of in the Helms Deep one, but it's not like the
no, your face, but in the thumbnail itself.
Yeah.
What? I didn't see your face on the thumbnail.
I was like pulling the bow.
oh, that's you?
Yeah.
I thought it was, I thought you were an elven archer.
Well, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me, dude. Damn.
You.
I'll take it.
What's your second channel, Sarah?
Managerial outcomes.
The third channel.
Oh, bureau files. Bureau files.
Good.
Wait,
man.
you have a third channel now?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about managerial outcomes.
No.
No.
Oh, okay. So what is it? What's the third channel?
Bureau files. Got to keep it into the corporate zeitgeist.
How the fuck do you spell bureau?
That was really hard to learn how to spell bureau for this channel. How many times did I type it in for getting it set up?
You're like, I really want something that's going to grow organically, not based off my brand. Let's make it absurdly hard to spell.
I
Yeah.
bet Google Trends loves that word.
BUREAU.
No, I got it.
What's your degree of confidence on that?
It's 70-30. Oh, jeez.
You're like, fuck, I'm going to rename it now. New rebranding. of it.
Yeah.
How I would properly defend Helms Deep?
I feel like you should just call it the Fatter Files.
That guy Nick's onto something.
Dude, I love that style of content. That's like one of my favorite. I will just put on, especially late at night. I'm like, okay, I can
That's
like,
the goal.
tune my brain out and just consume nerd shit.
Yeah. That's the goal, dude.
Subscribed.
When you're on the toilet, when you're eating. To me, when someone's eating food and watching YouTube, like
Yeah.
it is genuinely like the highest honor you can give to a YouTuber. How many times I've sat down with my food and I pull up you guys, your respective channels, and I watch. It's been a lot. It's been a lot.
Aw.
Thank you.
Don't get sentimental.
buddy.
Don't get sentimental.
No, you started it.
Now, kids.
No, that and like I watch YouTube like to when I wake up in the morning, like to turn my brain on, I get in the shower. Like I shower, I take long showers, just like wake up the first thing, roll out of bed, go to the shower, and watch YouTube, and just have it like playing in the corner, and that's how like my day starts.
Yeah.
And you've been that for me too, man. Damn. The amount of time you've spent with me in the shower.
That is that's a dream come true.
Yeah.
God, Can't believe I've been in the shower with you before.
18 naked cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch.
What are you doing?
Oh, he really likes the video.
Yeah, he's applauding Eric's new video.
Thank you. Whoa. Anyway, okay. So where was I? Everyone shut up. I'm going to defend the wall at Helms Deep. No, it's not your turn. No Mexicans. You don't know about that defending the wall. You're Mexican people coming in willy-nilly. This is ridiculous.
If you were going to defend the wall, you'd want to ask the people who've been over it so you can make sure that's not a problem.
Replace Urukai with Mexicans.
10,000 heavily armed Mexicans show up to Helms Deep, and I said, this is not...
2 million orcs. 2 million orcs a year. It's actually growing under Kamala. Kamala's letting all the orcs in.
They're going to swing the votes of Rohan, and it's not okay. Absolutely not okay.
The old white guy lets an arrow go, pierces a Mexican.
Who knows what kind of Urakami Mexicans are getting in? They could be radical Mexicans. Okay,
some of them are dealing drugs, and some of which I assume are good people.
So, they're just seeking a better life, some of them, allegedly, but the Elvish archers don't know that.
Dude, the orcs cared about their families.
The new Rings of Power. Have you seen any of the Rings of Power shit?
Dude, I just want to kill orcs in the masses, man. You telling me they got a family? You telling me I'm looking at these orcs and they got families, dude?
We were joking about how
Welcome
like they
to
basically
war.
they turned it into like an allegory for Israel-Palestine.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I just want some fantasy where I can just wholesale kill a faction of whatever without having any sort of guilt.
No moral ambiguity. They are the bad guy.
Just bad. Bad. And that's all I want.
That's how
You had any interest in the Marine Corps, brother?
Oh, shit. Is that what it is? I know. Is that cool, dude? Ah, dang, dude.
Bro, we don't care about their giant blue.
I don't know if you know this, but we've never fought the good guys. So,
yeah, all right. We're in there. 200.
We've never fought the good guys.
nah, leave it.
Oh, God damn it. This is the one.
It's always
Trust
the one.
me, you're good.
always
This is
the
still
one.
very...
It's just another Tuesday.
We said worse than this with a congressman on.
Oh, really?
Oh, probably. Yeah. We didn't say big blue, but yeah.
You get the gist.
Put them big blue in my right.
I feel like you're really into that.
over there, dude.
Fucking Aaron started talking about them first, you know?
Hard cut to Vanessa.
Vanessa, I feel like you know what you need to do for Halloween.
She's on stilts stripping. All right. Cody's just painting
I'm
her
gonna act
blue.
like my feet don't work in this wheelchair. You're gonna wear stilts, and you're gonna dye yourself blue. Don't worry. It's my thing.
Baby, you good.
I'm gonna have Rich act like the angry Marine to scream at us with his knife hand.
The wheelchair stays on during sex.
My legs that don't work stay on during sex, baby. Be big and blue. Thank you.
No, let me crawl towards the bed, babe. Cody's dragging himself across the floor. Sorry,
You like baby. You like baby. She says that in the movie. Yeah.
I'm thinking of Rich is in the corner screaming at me, knife handing. It's like, we hate these blue people. And I'm like, no, I love the blue woman.
Blue looks so welcoming to Hornby Vegetable Man.
Cody Hornby.
Cody Hornby.
Give Nabusi.
Yeah, give Nabuski. Cody must eat.
Nabuski? I'm thinking like
Cody needs Nabusky.
Nabisco. Like you're just an Oreo over there.
Anyways, welcome to Avatar 3.
Jesus. I love the variety of this podcast. We can go from like having very serious guests, to Pacific War veterans of World War II, congressmen, and then we have this.
Professional retards.
Oh, God, yeah.
Every time you're on, it's... Every time you're on.
Are we going to
shit
cover...
happens here.
Yeah. Was it, what was the first one? Halo, Master Chief Hornby.
Oh, Master Chief, give Cortana.
Cortana.
Yeah.
Master Chief Hornby.
Master Chief. Need Corkunga.
That was what it was.
That was it. Yeah.
It's like the Kurt Cobain meme. Or it's Kurt Cobain in whenever he fucking offed himself, but it was Cortana's like there was the subtitle of 20 gauge shotgun. Me in your head now.
I love this podcast. We got the best group of boys ever.
It's a good group of boys. We're all gonna die together.
When you watch them in the shower,
You should have come here.
oh, shit. When you watch them in the shower, do you have the clicky thingy on the wall now?
No, I'm a psychopath because I just have like a ledge in my shower. It's like a tile ledge, and I just like stick my phone there no matter how wet it gets. I just fucking
Where do you come?
free ball. The thing from the live show is like, in my wife, you degenerate.
Freshwater jelly.
Yeah, stop it down. Stop it down.
Have we talked about freshwater jellyfish?
Millions of times. Why is it screaming, Connor? Who's screaming? Is it
It's
the
not
person
still
or the
come
babies?
after they come out of the woman.
Yours doesn't scream when it comes out of you.
It makes me think of that monster from that one lake movie that eats them when they're on the raft. You ever see that?
The Blob?
The Blob? Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably the Blob. You're blobbing it up in your shower, dude.
I think we're passing Connor's screaming cum way too quickly. Your poor dates. I'm gonna just baby batter on your stomach. Why is it screaming?
I'm sorry, you said this to hookups? I'm just gonna baby batter on your stomach? Hot.
Give it 30 seconds, they stop.
It's like
Are you regretting yet?
I'm tucking away baby batter for later. I'm gonna use that one.
It's like the dogs that swallow the electric toys that make the noises. Anytime they fucking open their mouths later.
Swallow it already.
Shut the Flush.
You're hanging out with us yet?
No, we're getting there. I'm warming up.
Aaron, honey, did you go on the unsub pod? No, did not.
Don't.
No,
Don't watch.
100%.
The first one I was on, my mom saw it and she was like, honey, what was that? I was like, Ma, don't click on the thing, Ma, don't.
In an alternate universe, this would have been a headline for congressional candidate. Jesus.
Who is your favorite YouTuber that you actually do watch in the shower? We got Trout watches you. Brandon watches you. Who do you watch?
Are you genuinely asking me this?
Yeah, we're gonna get away from
I'm in the hot seat, dude.
the cum seat.
Top three at least. Let's
You know what's one of my favorite YouTubers is actually Pointless Hub.
Okay.
I really enjoy that.
I could see you getting down with that.
That's
I don't
that's
know
one of
who
my
this
jams.
is. Pointless Hub?
Great channel.
Animated.
I think it's Cody. Is it Cody?
I think so. Because he does the alt history hub
Yeah,
too,
he has
right?
Alt History Hub. I really enjoy
Yeah.
his Pointless Hub channel.
I've never seen
Yes,
this person
Jimmy.
before.
Just like your Game of Thrones. It's my favorite reaction.
He's killing it.
Oh, dude, he has an awesome channel. It's
Once a month, he's releasing bangers.
yeah.
Would he like to be on the podcast?
Dude, please get him on the podcast, and I will eat that one up.
I promise
flying
they're
out for
not
that
usually like this. Well, I mean,
Dude, he's
they're
hitting
not like this.
bangers out. Holy
I just
shit.
subscribed.
Same. I did
Fantastic channel.
Damn, our
dude.
boy's doing 1.9 million, 1 million, 1.9 million.
Once a month?
1.5
Yep.
million? Damn.
Yeah.
Dude, this is my favorite thing, learning new because you got to. There's like what?
so
You've
many
never
of
seen
us.
60 million. No, I've never heard of this guy
Really?
before.
No okay.
That's why it's like hearing this. I'm like, okay, I will actually sit back and watch somebody like this because you have like, what are your top three? As you're saying, because we all have different top threes easily.
Yeah. Well, of course, my boys, they're high up there. Highest of the high up there.
You're good lies. You don't watch any of your friends' channel. If you're
I genuinely watch a lot of my friends' channels.
oh no
dude.
shit, maybe I'm the dickhead. 100%, I'm the
No,
dickhead.
there is a thing where you only have so much time, and if you're busy doing
Yeah.
this, that's the thing where it's like you do lose track. Eventually, I will catch up if I am behind, but
Dude, it's hours. Like watching unsub is like 2 hours. You don't have a lot of us do not have time for that. I love Cody. I love Brent. Love you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like I get to hang out with my friends all the time. I'm not like, oh, what's Cody doing right now?
Not really
I was
feeling
there.
the love.
I saw it. Yeah.
No, it's kind of weird because like you only get so much time. So like I'll watch your stuff and like for example Grandthumb and I watch a lot of your videos, but like when it comes to gun content in general, it's like it's our work.
Yeah.
So it's like that's not what I watch to unwind. But I do like, especially when you or Mike does a video that I actually like, it's on something that I really care about.
Yeah.
Then I'll watch it just to see your opinion on it, and especially because we have a very similar sense of humor. So.
That's true. Yeah.
So you got Pointless. Who else? Other top two.
Come back to me on that. Let me think about it. I want a good, genuine answer.
Brandon, go.
Oh, really? Well, I don't know. Who am I watching? Right now, I think is Creepcast. I'm watching a lot of Creepcast, like when I'm driving and stuff like that. That's fun.
They're good. No matter what. You got Papa Meat, for whatever reason, Papa Meat content or Creepcast, Wendigo, and you can just, at night, put it on the TV, tune out, and be like, okay, probably going to pass out to this.
Yeah, and it passes time. Like that's my eating, driving, showering, that sort of thing. Yeah, that's when I watch YouTube, really. So that... excuse me, when I drive, I listen to YouTube.
Tesla won't let you drive.
That's bad. The Papa Meat stuff is really good. I don't know. I think that's really all I'm watching these days is just that. Other than just my friend stuff every once in a while when it comes up. But
everyone has their like, hey, this is my comfort YouTube. I hop in the shower to fall asleep too.
Every once in a while, Oompaville. Oh yeah, Red Thread now too. So Isaiah and Caleb are now co-hosts on that.
Oh, that's really cool.
So that's really cool. I've been enjoying that.
Cody?
No, I like going off of what you were saying. I've been listening to a lot of Creepcasts. Like Moody and I drove to Dallas last night. 4-hour drive there, 4-hour drive back. I was listening to Creepcast the whole time.
Listen to the gas station one.
Yeah, dude, the gas station one. When you get Hunter and Isaiah together. This them bantering off of each other plus like creepypasta things is so good. It's so fun to listen to. So that's been my main listen to lately. And other than that, yeah, when I'm the same as you. When I wake up, I get in the shower. I'll listen to your newest video.
Huh.
Yeah, and then I'll go through Aaron's. I'll go through Garen's.
I'm a little alarmed that you like Wendigoon, considering how many probable friends he has.
He's a right-wing extremist.
He's a right-wing jihadi extremist.
I just don't understand why you would listen to somebody so problematic.
You should probably really check your Wendigoon privilege.
That's true too.
The Appalachian people are racist.
Dude, I should start listening to Reddit more.
You should.
They're right about everything they say about
they're all
Wendigoon.
wise scholars. They're all very well learned individuals.
Yes. Drama Reddit.
They can all bench over 225 for sure.
How many marginalized creators have you added to your Rolodex lately?
Yeah. I couldn't keep it going. You got me.
Right.
You got me. All right,
actually, well, I'll add one. A guy that I kind of like listening to that's kind of in a similar camp as like Critical Drinker and whatnot.
Oh, super good.
Is Cosmonaut Variety Hour. He's pretty good. He's like,
I've never heard of this one.
He's definitely not he's not so much in like the right wing circles as far as like the movie critics and whatnot, which is why I kind of like adding that in.
Yeah.
Just so I kind of like check my own biases and things like that. But he's pretty good on his music review, or excuse me, movie reviews. And so I like listening kind of like alternative takes, because if you get in your own echo chamber too much, it's dangerous.
Don't do
not
that
a good thing.
ever.
Yeah.
Like branch out. That's why I am Quinn's idea for bedtime. The dude just talks about sci-fi movies and breaks it down. I think I kicked you guys links of that. He goes over like The Jaunt or anything related to that. The three body problem. Really good at breaking down movies or books. And then my nerd shit where it's speedrun guy. I've showed you.
Summoning Salt.
Summoning Salt. Love Summoning Salt. That dude, so good at breaking. It's only once a month, once every 2 months. He puts a video out, but he spends an hour and a half breaking down movies. And then he got flagged off of one for Sonic or something. He's had 3 curse words flagged in an hour and a half video. Fought it, and then they kicked back. They're like, sorry, that was our bad. And then immediately flagged it again, age restricted it for 3 curse words.
Oh my God.
He pointed it out on Twitter. He's like, guys, like, I rarely cuss in a movie. How can you age restrict this? First, as he pointed out, like Angry Video Game Nerd, anyone else that our podcast No idea how we get away with what we
got yelled on the last one that went live.
Yep,
it's
all
good yesterday. Now. Yeah, I saw it. It's finally back green. But like we follow the guidelines as much as we can. Like we have an editor that censors it, so we are compliant. So
it's almost really like there's a whole nother YouTube for kids. It's like peculiar,
crazy,
wild.
Crazy.
Age restriction.
It's almost like parents should take more control over their children's lives when it comes to the content that they're presented.
I was crazy once.
What? Crazy.
Wild.
I was crazy once.
In them?
They put me in a room, a rubber room with rats. Rats make me crazy. Crazy.
I was crazy once. Put me in a room. A rubber.
Yeah, all right.
I don't know. Cody just got demonetized in 4 hours for his video.
Congrats. Is that a new all-time record? What's your fastest demonetization, Cody?
Crazy chick with the knife.
Yeah. It's all good now.
Yours, dude, Pepperbox, you're slaying on Pepperbox because you have such a different vision of content. When it's like, here's this is still going to get restricted if I do quacks and blur out everything. But if you want to watch that completely good to go, Pepperbox.
I'll say I prefer watching our content on Pepperbox just because it's no censorship. You're watching what the creators actually want to make. Watching your videos on Pepperbox hits different.
Yeah.
Because it goes from like the quacks and the everything's blurred or whatever. It's like, I know what happened, but it's just like everything's just like, oh, with the background music, like fun and jovial. On Pepperbox, it's like, oh, this is a snuff film.
Yeah, basically.
It's like a different video altogether.
You have to watch the same thing Cody and his editor have to watch when they're making it, which is why they don't like murder content so much.
Hey, 1,002 videos.
I was going to say, congrats, dude. You hit 1,000.
You didn't kill
You
yourself.
won't let me die.
Not yet. 2 more years.
You're doing this to your 90.
Eli and Jake won't let me die.
Dude, comments are like,
just like,
they think we have you in a contract. The comments are like, wait, is Cody in a contract? He can't know.
It's like Pepperbox 2077, Cody's Mr. House in the fucking tube, like,
they just kill me.
Yeah.
It's like
Anyways, this guy got shot.
A new phaser shooting just happened with the police.
Like, fuck.
He wasn't eating his mandated bugs in the pod.
somebody tried to stab a Securitron outside of North Gate.
Someone got into a DV with a Tesla sex bot.
Dude, the Tesla bot memes are killing me.
Tesla bot looking at you when you're installing a vagina on
When the police are pulling me over and I hand my Tesla bot an unregistered firearm, I tell him to hide it.
Tesla bot getting out and running with no emotion.
I love the one where they use the iRobot guy.
Yeah,
and it's like, it's the whole, like, the dungeon with, like, chains and shit. It's like my Tesla robot figuring out why I bought it.
Dude, the fuck? The ones I saw today, the Walmart memes, it's like when I told the Tesla bot to scan the tomato and not the widescreen TV when I'm going through the self-checkout.
God damn.
Oh. Jesus Christ.
I'm going to miss that motherfucker so bad because they said they're going to be like 30 grand when they come out. I'm going to make it do so many years.
It's a dangerous time for. It's like, why did AI rebel against man? Let's think
I'm
about
gonna
this.
I'm gonna make it sit in the front seat of my Cybertruck and pay attention to the road for me. Hit the steering wheel when it says to do so I can actually just nap in the back of my truck.
God, that'd be fantastic.
Hey, Tesla bot, do you know how to pixel peek in my house when people come in here? Okay. You're going to prone. Do you know what prone is? You're going to lay down prone.
The first time somebody gets swatted with like 10 Tesla bots.
Is your Tesla bot more of a field bot or more of a house bot?
Holy shit.
How should I treat this Tesla? You treat him like Jerry.
Should I pick a wood Tesla bot down the street?
Who's that peck of wood that blows the glass? Jerry?
Oh, you treat that Tesla bot like Jerry.
Should I treat him like humans, Big Daddy?
No, I did not say that.
Who's that Tesla bot?
dude, I
On that
can't
horse
wait.
Tesla bot.
Get that Tesla bot up on that horse.
You get that Tesla bot down from that Cybertruck right here now, boy.
Good luck, Chase.
You don't behave, we're going to chip you in the field.
That Tesla bought out the hot box.
God.
Oh man, Tesla Bot's gonna hate mankind.
God, I can't wait.
When the robots rebel, we deserve it.
Yeah.
That was.
That's what they said in Haiti.
Well.
So we're looking forward to AI.
I can't wait for my new overlords.
So many Tesla bots.
Cody's
How much
just
are they?
buying. They're 30 grand. They're supposed to be about 30 grand when they roll out.
Yeah.
How many years did he say before those actually hit?
Dude, it's only a couple years down the road. Like,
Oh, it's gonna
What did
get
he say? It was
cheaper.
Whatever he said.
we're going to get more advanced.
I love Elon to death. If it's 2 years, is what. If he said 2 years, it's going to be 4.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I like those. There's so many shit talkers about Tesla where like, oh, it's never going to happen. It's like they said that about literally everything he's tried.
He's done from Mars to Tesla to the supercars, and AI driving was him.
You'll
He's the
never
one-
get a rocket in orbit. You'll never re-land a rocket. Oh, the Cybertruck, pfft, that'll never make it to market. So many of the car guys were this thing is never going to get released to market. Like, everybody who doubts Elon's like, yeah, he's always late on everything, but he always does it.
He's innovating brand new shit. We caught a rocket a week ago.
That's wild. Most people
We caught a rocket.
Insane, dude.
they sleep on exactly how big of a fucking deal that is. Holy. You're talking about like reducing the price of space travel so fucking much.
Jeez.
It was the most expensive part, and then they find a way to go. It's like, first, hey, let's land these, which absolutely astounding to land a rocket. Now it's like, let's catch them. Let's make it even easier so it's not even having to touch down now. Okay.
Think about every time you drove to the grocery store, if you had to slam your car into a wall at 80 miles an hour every time you did it. It's like, yeah, wow.
Over there and coming back.
Man, driving is so expensive.
There's a car with no brakes.
Yeah.
That was an S tier example. That was really good.
Thank you, man.
I enjoyed
appreciate that.
My dumb little brain caught up.
Now the robots will be the next wave of the future. Dude, 2030 is going to be wild.
Yeah.
Cody. I'm going to be afraid to go to your house.
How long do you
I've
think?
always wanted a militia.
I've always wanted a nice plantation. A bunch of Tesla bots working the field. Beep bop, beep bop, beep bop.
Good thing they only come in white.
Oh.
Admin, why are you shaking that spray can?
I gotta wrap it.
I gotta protect him from the sun.
The word robot comes from the Czech word for slave, by the way.
Oh, those are really?
Yes.
Exquisite.
That's fucking nice.
Stop using words.
This is exactly what I wanted. Those checks, they're onto something. They're onto something.
Can you imagine a field of 100 Tesla bots and the ATF rolls up? Boys, go. They're just flipping cars and tearing them apart.
I would just love if they're just performing menial tasks everywhere and they're like, excuse me, we have a warrant, we're here from the ATF. All of the robots just rotate over.
Turn to battle droids.
Boys, I don't want these people here on my property. Just ripping arms off.
Alexa, play Mississippi Queen.
Alexa, no. Alexa, no.
Copyright.
Alexa turned on and says like, hello.
Copyright, bitch. Turn it down.
We're going to get in so much trouble. Tesla bot.
Eternal
Claymores
monologue.
installed on all of them.
Why do you have them on the nanny bots too?
Jesus Christ. Allah Akbar. I cannot self-detonate.
Override.
They're gonna get their 72 unopened computers.
We're making Tesla heaven.
They worship the holy Elon Musk.
Oh, fuck.
The Church of the Singularity.
The great Elon Al Gaib.
Holy shit. Oh, so this weekend we're about to film a Granthumb skit. We're about to do World War II. You're a main American actor. Is he shaving? Are you shaving?
I'll trim down.
Trim down like clean shave?
I don't know if I want a clean shave, dude.
That's why I wasn't sure. He's like, I want you in this. I was like, cool. And he was like, I'm clean shaven. I was like,
did he say it like I'm clean shaven? Like
he said I just shaved. No, he just said I just shaved. I was like, oh, interesting. That was it. I was
hey,
like,
Mike, what do you mean by that?
He shows up with a full beard. You're like, oh.
It's a racing stripe.
I'm sorry, Mike. I don't know you were paying my bills all of a sudden, telling me to shave. What's the matter with you?
Well, I wasn't sure. I was like, well, I'm going to change the script slightly.
Hey, Mikey, it's YouTube, buddy. It's a farce. It's not the real war.
A 5-second bit.
Real question for anybody who knows, like when you're talking about, especially I think because it's a Pacific War campaign that we're doing this week. Did they actually? I couldn't imagine they were strict on like shaving regulations or anything. Because like I remember like my great grandfather Foster. He always told stories where he's like, dude, people's teeth were falling out of their head because nobody was brushing their teeth. Like basic hygiene was out.
It would make you, surprisingly, so even in Iraq, we'd still have to shave every fucking day.
Well, I imagine Iraq is probably a little different than you're in a foxhole for 4 days.
But we lived down sector. We didn't have showers or anything. Like, we got to rotate every 20, 22 days to shower.
Was it a discipline thing?
Yep.
Like the officers were like,
if
if anything we have, it's like, at least we have shaving.
Because at Battle of the Bulge, they would always talk about that. It's like cold as shit, and they're still like...
Yeah. And the show, Dick Winters was shaven.
Yep.
Like smashing the ice in his helmet kind of thing.
I think that was
which is kind of wild. Like to get water in. Yeah.
I mean, if anyone's going to shave, Dick Winters would probably shave.
Dude, Dick Winters. Have you been here since we like interviewed the World War II dudes?
I haven't, no.
Did you watch that episode?
I need to catch up.
Bro, that is a wild
That's a very polite way of saying no.
I need to catch up.
I was trying to be political, Mr. Herrera. Someone of your stature should know.
That is why I was able to decipher it, sir.
Well, Aaron, do you know about the beers?
No, fill me in.
Dude, Eli. We had Don Graves and
Al.
I don't remember his last name, but Al, the other Navy guy.
Al Sharpton.
Not Al Sharpton.
No,
that's a
Reverend.
Unsub.
Riven Al Sharpton.
I know I can do this. Al Chatwin.
Yeah.
Al Chatwin. There you go.
So these World War II vets sat in and they drank those beers, so we thought we would just keep those beers forever.
As you should.
Potentially 2 of the last beers drank by World War II veterans.
Oh, man, they're getting old.
Dude, Don Graves, you want insanity. That dude in 2 battalions, he is the only flamethrower guy to survive.
God.
He was there during the raising of the flag in Iwo Jima. He was there.
My God.
And he was what he's 5. He was like 5'7",
130
pounds, something like that.
Jeez.
And he was carrying a flamethrower on his back through the entire thing.
That shit is not light at all. Have you ever used one of those like old school flamethrowers?
Not the old school. I have the throw flame one that's like a actual like shoots 110 feet.
I have one of those too, and it's not radically different.
Yeah.
It's pretty similar. I think the old school ones are heavier.
Yeah.
But other than that, like it's pretty cool. That gives you a pretty good idea.
Yeah. Wild. When you hit the flame, the heat that comes off that.
The creaking.
Oh God.
Yeah.
The most terrifying part is when you're using those those old M2 flamethrowers is when you turn on the gas. You hit creak.
Oh, the
is
pressure.
What is that? Like, that's fine.
What was that?
Let me light the front for you.
Dude, could you imagine like doing all the time to crawl up and you finally get to use your flamethrower? Oh, how good that would feel.
Nut.
I've been carrying this thing for God knows how many hours, and I finally get to have a barbecue.
Yeah. Well, they were saying what the average lifespan of carrying one of those is like 15 minutes or some shit like that.
Well, yeah, imagine you're a Japanese soldier, and it's like, all right, I can imagine getting shot to death, and then you see a white boy with a flamethrower running up, you're like, no, that guy, shoot that guy.
Dude, he went through the entire Pacific Theater with that motherfucker, and he weighed 130 pounds.
Jeez. Alexa radically misunderstood the term Korean barbecue.
Yeah, they're talking about it was the mortar strikes that they were that would actually build their fortified fighting positions, because digging it out at the beach, it was sand, so they couldn't get a good placement. So they would just run to where bombs dropped. They would use that to glass the sand. They're like, that was the most safe part to be in. Dude. And then the only dude that he felt bad for he felt bad for watching a lot of comrades. It was a guy, a new private came up and he was like, hey, I'm going to go stand up, find the sniper that's been killing American troops. his buddy was like, no, let the private do it. That just got there to him. He's like, oh, okay. So he's like, hey, private, you look for the sniper. He stood up and instantly. God. And you're like, fuck, dude. That was the one that beat him up the most. Don. I was like, God damn, dude, that's wild.
Yeah. That's probably plenty of time to think about that too.
Yeah. 99, yeah.
Oh,
very sharp though for 99. Like you had Al and him, like both of them, very sharp. Al though, like 40 minutes in, Al's like, he's just taking a nap. He's old. He's done his life. He's like, it's sleepy time. I was like, okay,
nap time right now.
Because that's one of the shortest podcasts we've had. Because, like, understandably, like, you know, your stamina is not what it was when you were 25, when you're 100 years old. Like, that's crazy. If I am able to stand up for 20 minutes without shitting myself at 90, I consider that a massive win.
Yeah.
So to get him on the podcast at all was just a complete, just genuine pleasure. It was a
Imagine being 100 years old, fighting through World War, and then in the future, a bunch of snot-nosed kids are like, well, you want to talk about when you melted people on Iwo Jima?
Welcome to Unsubscribe.
Dude, me and Brandon.
As long as I can take a nap during it.
Yeah. Chase, you might have to bleep one word you'll know. That when he was like, yeah, and then you just kill the me and Brandon like look at each other.
I still think if anybody has the right to say it's Don Graves. Dear God. Because really, that's just it's just shortening the name of the country.
Yeah.
To me, that's not a slur. Slurs are much more inventive.
I know, much more creative. I had my video age restrict. I cut it out from my Era Soccer
From your
video.
new channel? Oh.
No, not yet.
My favorite slurs.
Yeah, top 10 slurs from admin results.
That's up there.
He's S-tiering.
The deleted...
Oh, that's a good one, right?
The deleted Wendigoon video, like the slur iceberg.
Mid slur iceberg.
All right, about the Helms Deep and Big Blue.
Where
were we, boys?
Oh shit, admin's
Admin's here.
Hey, Eric.
Wait, hold on. There's
What the
girls
fuck?
here.
Hey.
When'd you guys get girls at the podcast studio?
Gross. Ew.
Girls aren't real.
They suck dick. They're gay.
Those are federal informants. Looking at a lot of feds over there. Hi, Trout. Looking at a lot of feds over there.
That's why I only tell them about the things you did.
They look lovely, but they're going to put you into a federal penitentiary, boys. Mark my words.
So,
what movie is that from?
I just made it up.
Okay, goddamn.
You heard it here first, folks. Don't trust women.
Because they suck dick, and that's gay.
That's gay. Very gay.
If you're a 4 and she's an 8, take a hint.
What's the...
She's a fed.
Oh,
She's
sorry.
a fed, yeah. Oh, wow, Aran-san, I'm so interested in Patriot missile program.
I play a lot of War Thunder. I can tell you all about it. Kimmy-san, let me break it down for you, mama.
Are you Representative Eric Swalwell?
I do like some Asian girls.
If you think that was bad, just know that there is an active sitting congressman who 100% the Chinese spy for a long time and got away with it.
Wait, is he still a congressman, Brandon?
Yes, he is.
Oh, he's still a congressman.
He's still in office.
Look at that.
Wow. Eric Swalwell, the guy who shit himself on live TV.
Hey.
That actually happened.
I've been
I'm
there.
not making it up. That is... He also suggested that we nuke American citizens for owning guns.
Oh.
God, I wouldn't have to pay taxes anymore. That'd be great.
God. Well, that'd be
Feel
nice.
like a dream.
Well... It's the one thing where it's like, oh, you need F-16s to come up or to go up against the U.S. military. So we could just drop bombs. We could level your whole neighborhood. Blah, blah. You think your AR-15 is going to do anything? It's like, my brother in Christ, you are my neighbor. How do you think this is going to play out?
Let me reference the sand people from the pod races.
You talking about the $20 trillion box cutter?
Yeah. Sir, there's been a second box cutter.
Okay, Eric.
Oh, man. I done spilt on myself.
Can I call you Aaron?
Yeah, you can call me Aaron Cody.
One of my favorite fucking things that you've done the past couple of years that I do not miss an episode of is you breaking down characters in movies who are awesome. So you did Danny Archer.
Yep.
Yeah,
Which,
you did.
by the way.
Yeah. Okay, I wore this for you today.
Yep.
Thank you.
Blood
Thank you.
Diamond.
Blood Diamond, bros.
Dude, you
both
did
got
some
AIDS.
Sicario stuff. Like, it's so good, dude. I love seeing your breakdown of action movie characters.
Thank you.
What's your favorite one that you've done so far?
For sure, Danny Archer. A lot of, dude, there's so much good lore and history there, especially in Western civilization. Here in America, we don't have a good education of the whole South African Rhodesian conflict. Like when I was rediscovering it, or discovering in general, I was like, wow, there's a lot of rich history here that was just never ever taught to us in the school system whatsoever. And then it's very obscure to us. Even asking, like, my parents were alive during that time period. And I was like, you guys ever hear about like Rhodesia, or you ever hear about South Africa? And they're like, no, it was never in the zeitgeist. Like, it was just never a thing they thought about.
And there's so much Chinese telephone that goes on with that it's so misrepresented.
Yeah.
Like you can have a very poor understanding of it based on what one side or the other tells you.
Yeah. I mean, definitely probably a lot of propaganda plays into it. There's definitely a lot of political feeling that goes into it. People will label you, if you have an interest in it, bad things. My thing is typically with history, I don't care. History is cooler than the political cancel culture that we've experienced.
Yep.
I don't care. That was probably one of my favorite, because it's like Danny Archer as a character too is so cool, dude. You know, parents killed in Rhodesia, moves to South Africa, becomes a soldier, and who knows if he was a regular soldier or got straight into the 3-2 Battalion, but the 3-2 Battalion itself is rich with history. And then he becomes a mercenary, probably with executive outcomes, and becomes a diamond smuggler. So I think it's like a really cool, like, as far as interesting characters go, I think it's a very, like, as like a dude, you're like, oh, that sounds like a cool career route.
That's one of my favorite parts of your lore is when you first started your channel, it was called Executive Outcomes.
Oh, yeah.
And then you changed it to Administrative Results, which is just a very thesaurus fucked pseudonym for Executive Outcomes, because the guy who originally went to prison, who ran Executive Outcomes, came back, and you're like, oh, I need to change my YouTube
I thought
name.
it was
You didn't know
history.
that?
No, I'm learning something brand new right now.
He used to be executive. I was a fan when you were still
dude.
Executive Outcomes,
Yeah.
frankly.
Yeah.
But
You know this, Cody? Damn.
Yeah.
this is what happens when you watch your friends' content.
I know. Crazy. I'm never going to start.
Dude, legit
I don't even
came
watch
back.
my own content.
I thought it was history. I thought it was gone to the historical winds, and he brought it back as a mercenary company. I was like, oh, sorry, Mr. Barlow, as I yield. Yeah.
To be fair, you get sentenced to 20 years in the mines. You assume that's history.
That's history, baby. That's
So wait,
it.
rewind. So he was actually this individual that you based everything off of. This is all based off of your YouTube channel original name?
It was based off of the mercenary company that operated in Sierra Leone.
Go on, like I know very little about that. I know you guys have the watches in the movie, but
Well,
past
so
that,
do you
I
want to
didn't.
talk about, I guess, what led him to be incarcerated in the first place?
There was a
That
coup.
whole-
Was it Papua New Guinea? No, it wasn't Papua New. It was what the fuck was it?
something like that.
It was I'm totally blanking on this.
They basically got bamboozled into running guns for an overthrow of a third world country.
That never happened.
And they were
Dankler
immediately
has
caught.
Count Dankler has a good video on it.
I think that's
Mad
actually
Lads,
that's whose video I saw on that.
But like there was a post like they were having the Bush War in South Africa. Essentially, it comes down to a close. They disband the 3-2 Battalion. There's a lot of high-speed guys. They form Executive Outcomes. I think it's Simon Mann and Eben Barlow. A lot of interest in like political intrigue with the UK still. A lot of their leadership seeing stuff. I think that was part of the coup.
Yeah, actually, yeah, because there was some higher echelon people in the UK government. That were kind of a part of making that happen.
Yeah. Well, Executive Outcomes played a huge part in Sierra Leone when they were having their civil war. They essentially came in and quashed the civil war, and then Executive Outcomes got accused of a bunch of like war crimes during that, I want to say. So.
Yeah. And then they basically got caught. I think they were on the runway with like a shitload of guns.
Yeah.
That they were immediately apprehended for. It's like, hey, what you doing here, bud? And they're like, oh, not aiding the rebels. And then the guy basically got sentenced to the diamond mines for 20 years.
Yeah.
And that seemed like that's it. But now he's out, and he's restarted his mercenary company.
Was he the one in the movie? Would have been more the
I don't think he was
portrayed at
in-
the top, but that
he wasn't in
top
the movie.
tier. No,
was-
but was
in-
it based off of that movie, like the top tier
yeah.
guy that was running it with the estate?
No, the movie was more or less like based on people who would have been in the original conflict, like what they were doing later. It wasn't necessarily about I almost called it managerial outcomes.
Freudian slip.
Yeah, a little bit.
So in the movie, no, there was Colonel Coetzee, and it's hard to say like who he was supposed to represent because the 3-2 Battalion, I think, had a number of colonels that oversaw it, and there would have been different jobs for him. But I think in the movie, it was supposed to be like they never said what company it was, but it was supposed to be like this is executive outcomes, but they never said it, kind of thing.
Interesting.
So
see, I didn't know any of that.
No.
Figured something would have happened from that running guns, and that was based off of instead of the diamonds, it was more based off of weapon running
they had a great business model.
Straight up mercenary.
They had a great business model. So the mercenary group shows up to quell the rebels. The colonel's also selling guns to the mercenary group in exchange for diamonds. So there's the he's getting kind of double, like was it almost triple dipping? I'd say he's getting diamond. Well, probably double dipping.
I always played both sides, so I come out on top.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. One character I wanted to do, and I was kind of like writing the script out, was Kruger from Elysium.
Oh, dude, Kruger.
The problem is I was kind of mapping out his timeline because he gets hired on in 2042 in the Elysium world. Funny enough, he would have, if we go off the reality, if Elysium takes place in our world, he would have seen Blood Diamond.
Oh shit!
In theory, yeah, it's kind of fun. It's kind of like I was asking Wendigoon this question. I had a theory where it's like the reality crosses into movies. An example of this I was thinking of is 16 Hours Later, where you have John Krasinski and the other guy who played Roy in The Office. In theory, in the movie,
they became operators.
Well, yeah, there's that theory, but in theory, in the movie, they could have been watching The Office.
Yeah,
because the movie takes place in reality, and in our reality, we had The Office at that time point. So in theory, like these two guys, like I wish there was an Easter egg where they were like watching a clip they weren't in or something like that, or maybe watching Dwight do something funny. But like I don't know what to call that. I've been trying to find like a name for it. If I'm the first person to discover, like to think of that, I get to call it the admin theory or some shit like that. But I was thinking about that.
You think of them watching The Office?
So like, think of them like in a team room.
I always saw that as canon, as them growing out of The Office. We're Pam, both of them.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck this. And they become operators. They're like, dude, we're joining the fucking Marine
The timeline wouldn't work out, I don't think, because they would have had to been SEALs, like, I don't know, start of the Global War on Terror or something like that. I don't know.
So that reminds me of, so in Avengers Endgame, when there's Fat Thor, Robert Downey Jr., as Tony Stark calls him, Lebowski. It's like an offhand thing, which is funny because in The Big Lebowski, the main character was Jeff Bridges, who played the antagonist in the original Iron Man.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, so he's seen Big Lebowski, where Jeff Bridges was his business partner. So it's like, well, that's a little awkward, I guess.
Wait a second.
Hold up.
Yeah, I wonder what's that called. I'm sure the comment section will let us know. But
there's probably a term for that when movies are self-referential on accident.
Yeah.
Someone's breaking the fourth wall. Almost.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to think of any movies that have done that.
I don't know if would you consider it a fourth wall break stuff?
Because then you're addressing the audience, but then they're addressing the.
Oh, it's almost like tongue in cheek.
It's a Deadpool. Yeah, it's almost tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
16 hours later. Was it 16 or 12?
13 hours. 13 hours.
Yeah, you said 16.
The guy that works in the
my bad.
So the guy that works in the warehouse, that's Pam's boyfriend.
That's Roy.
Initially.
Yeah, that's Roy.
He's in 13 hours.
He's in 13 hours.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I like to in my head, I like to think him and Jim, they work at this paper company, and then Pam both of them over.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, dude, you just like, I'll join the Navy. You're going to join the Marine Corps. And they just go off and be operators.
We'll never get fucked over by a woman again. And then they get fucked over by Hillary Clinton.
They just start pushing weight around, like become operators, and like fuck Pam.
I like that headcanon. That's a good one.
Such a good movie. This is some good top tier war movie.
Exquisite.
It was so funny seeing Jim become an operator in 13 hours. He's just like, fuck Pam, and he joins the Navy and becomes a SEAL.
Yeah. God, that's a good headcanon. I like that one.
It's crazy because in a couple years he went from paper company to Benghazi.
That's a hell of a turnaround.
It's perfectly reasonable. Maybe he was like 21, 22 years old when he was working for Dunder Mifflin.
Yeah.
And then he's like,
how many seasons are the
He would have been 30 by the end.
You think so?
Yeah,
I don't know how many
you can
seasons
still go to
The
the
Office
Navy and be a
is.
SEAL, and like maybe he joins and he does a couple of years.
Yeah.
And then he starts contracting for the CIA.
Yeah.
So he's like, man, I'm tired of like being under this bitch's thumb the whole time at Dunder Mifflin. He joins the Navy.
And Pam was the worst, dude. I hate Pam.
Exactly. He puts a couple years in, and then he gets out and he becomes CIA, and then he goes to 13 hours timeline.
Yeah. The GRU contractors or whatever they are.
So it's 9 seasons. So it'd been, if you start at 18, 28, which, I mean, Chris Kyle started at what age? He started later.
He was late. He was like 20. He was late 20s when he joined.
When he joined.
To be fair, it was 9/11.
Yeah,
It was a little bit of a different time.
Slightly skewed time frame.
You were supposed to never forget, Connor.
All right, there was this thing called Tower 7. All right, let me break it down for you.
When's that one on your file?
I don't want to get assassinated.
So out of the buildings that weren't hit by planes, which was your favorite?
For sure, the Pentagon.
You took that a level deeper than I expected. All right.
Yeah. What happened to that gas station footage?
Connor, come on. Tag out. Come on, Connor. We're talking about Tower 7 now.
Oh, dear God. Okay.
Come on, I gotta say
No, I'm going to say something anti-Semitic.
Hi.
So 2 days before the insurance goes through.
So, Gondor.
There's been a second orc army.
A second orc army has hit the tower.
Orcs are racist. Against which group?
Why did Cody make me do this?
Here's a fun fact. Frodo didn't know Legolas' name.
Wait, you said Frodo didn't know Legolas?
Correct.
How they were at the Fellowship together?
He only spoke to him a single time in the entire 3 movies.
Pardon?
Yeah, but they were in the Fellowship. They were doing the whole thing. They were in Khazad-dûm together.
So it's really funny if you watch the scene of it. I never heard this theory until recently, and it was Legolas only interacted with Frodo a single time the entire time. He spoke to him once, and that was during the Fellowship when they're talking about the ring. Until then he never interacts with him again. And then at the last scene when when Frodo wakes up. And he's like coming to after he dropped the ring in, he's like, oh, he mouths everyone's name. He's like, Gimli in that dream sequence.
Yeah.
Legolas comes in, he goes, and then Gandalf walks in after he's like, Gandalf.
Yeah.
He's the only one that
He saw that pointy-eared bastard and he said, I want nothing to do with those elves.
it's an actual bit. I was like, nah, that's not true. That can't be.
Who was your favorite Lord of the Rings character?
You know, it's kind of stereotypical.
Because as a gay little twink, mine was Legolas.
Boromir, for sure Boromir. I like Boromir a lot, dude.
Watch.
When the Fellowship reunites after the battle, he greets everyone by name. But when it comes to our favorite elf, he just awkwardly smiles at him, just like me when my parents catch me looking at the big titty goth girl.
I don't know. There's a whole beat. I never realized they never interacted in the entire movie. I was like, that's not a thing. And then the guy's like, no, go back and watch. He never talks to him a single time. And then Legolas only addresses him once. Ever. Everyone else actually has an interaction with Frodo. I was like, that's a weird fucking little bit I never knew about.
This is peculiar.
This is a super peculiar thing.
I didn't know that.
Where's the better one of it? Let me find it really quick.
Boromir, dude.
He dies very early on in the first film.
Well, I think as a character arc, his is pretty well established. At first, he starts off, Gondor has no king, Gondor needs no king. As he's dying, he acknowledges Aragorn as the true king of Gondor and would have followed him anywhere. And so he has this character arc that he undergoes. And you got to think, Boromir, they've been fighting the orcs from, Morgoth, whatever. No, it's from that one, the Mordor orcs. He's been fighting them in that city for a bit. And so he gets this chance, dude, with the nuclear powerhouse that is the ring, and they see the hope. And in the extended cuts, his dad was like, bring back the ring or else you're gay. And so he was like, I got to bring back the ring.
It was only in the extended cuts.
That was in the extended cuts. So he was like, Gondor has, I love Gondor. I'm a big Gondor guy. And so he has this whole thing where he's thinking about Gondor, but then he ultimately is like, all right, yeah. He has the character arc,
Died like a coward.
He died like a coward fighting against a whole bunch of Uruk-hai.
Yeah.
He changed it. I think his redemption arc was that really well versus what they did. They tried to redo that in the new Rings of Power, but he actually was like, I fucked up. I have to make this right. I'm going to die fighting the Uruk-hai.
Because he swore an oath. Yeah.
Yeah.
Question. Did he sled down a stairwell
That's
on a
Legolas.
shield shooting. Yes, I'm getting there.
That was his punchline. Yeah, he was setting it up.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Never mind. Time out. You get to think about trains.
I was
or
like,
something.
why are you fucking up this storyline?
Yeah. No, I know this one. I know it's me, Legolas. Yeah, he's building up the fucking joke.
Sorry, go on. Here, restart like I never said that.
Nah, never mind.
So Tower 7.
Oh, all right, yeah. It's strange how that thing just collapsed and no one ever talks about it.
How can Boromir walk on top of snow?
I don't know, but I was
tell me that was Legolas.
that was Legolas. Yeah, you're right.
Oh.
All right, I saw that part. I was just in Vegas, and I saw the craziest field of fire from the MGM. But I thought, there's no way that could have been a bump stock.
Wasn't the NGM.
Wait, what was it? I'm sorry.
I hate country music.
Rewind. I was just in Vegas, and I thought, wow, what a field of fire the Mandela Bay has.
Yeah.
But there's no way that could have been a bump stock.
But all I have is an M240 Bravo.
Surely the cyclic rate sounds much more familiar.
If only somebody would read the notes that were written and set on the nightstands in that room.
It's wild, the things. I think we're finally getting to that point where people are actually questioning the government. Like, I don't know about a lot. A lot of this stuff's not adding up in this age of information. Why was there no footage in the most?
Well, there was. That's the thing that irritates me about that one, because like there's a lot of things that are weird about that situation. I don't know how much we want to get into this on the podcast, but they're like, why don't we have any footage of them bringing up all the guns and ammo needed for this? Like, we do. There is footage.
I debunked that on my video.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't know you made a video on it.
Yeah,
but like,
the Las Vegas shooting. That
So what happened to it?
almost-
Actually, coming from my position of
Cody,
not.
get back on your own goddamn podcast.
You know more about this shit than I do.
real quick on that, while they're transitioning, I like.
Connor's like,
It almost feels like disinformation, like the whole you flood the internet with so many conspiracies so that nobody knows what the truth is, sort of thing. Because it's like there's so many dumb conspiracies about that shooting. Because like if people want to talk about how there's no motive or like what the fuck happened there, like as far as like why did this guy suddenly go do that? That's one thing. But they're like, we don't have any footage of him bringing the guns up. We absolutely do. Like so much of that. It's like he didn't use bump stocks. Like I literally said it sounded like a bump stock before I knew a bump stock was used. Like little things like that are kind of weird. I don't know.
I never doubted like it happened. It was the weird part of like, hey, what was? I mean, some people just go crazy. It's just a weird mindset of like, no, nothing was ever dug deeper into it.
And
if that makes sense.
And then his brother was like, my brother would never do something like this. This is crazy. I think something's going on here. Next day, like child charges. He hauled off to Guantanamo. It's like, all right, well, that's.
Those are the weird ones. It's like, because you can go both ways. The government's never done crazy stuff before.
No,
ever.
MK Ultra.
I mean, they used to, but not anymore.
Not anymore. Epstein himself.
I'm so glad that they stopped doing things like MK Ultra after they were accidentally caught when they accidentally classified shit that they weren't supposed to. That's wild. What did you debunk on that?
Oh no, the one thing that like I don't know what's going on between what happened there, but they're like, how could he get so many rifles up to his room?
Pretty easy.
It's like, dude, he was a high roller for years. He rented a suite.
The sushi was cold.
Like,
Fuck,
like
dude.
he rented a suite that was like half of the floor. And they were like, well, how could he get so many rifles up there? Do you know how easy it is to fit rifles into a fucking bag?
Because you saw the elevator footage, right?
Yeah, the elevator footage. So he just fit a bunch of rifles into a bag.
It's super easy to fit a bunch of rifles.
bellhop,
just ask the first Trump shooter.
The bellhop asked, well, did the bellhop...
We just had Eli on. He talked about like
Eli Crane.
Yeah, Eli Crane talking about that
Is
entire
that your
thing.
congressman?
Is it?
I don't know.
Arizona
District
2.
Is he Phoenix?
Me?
I don't think so, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, he was a Navy SEAL sniper, so like he knows all that. We talked about that. Like, come on, guy. He actually did at the house. He talked about how the Secret Service dropped the ball for everything when it comes to combat or danger zones.
I don't know if that's Phoenix.
But go on, Cody.
Well, no, the only thing that I like tried to debunk was people were like, how did he get so many weapons up to his room? He was a high roller already.
Yeah.
Like he was spending millions of dollars there a year. So a bellhop is going to help him get his bags up there.
Yeah.
And so they're going to roll these suitcases up there, which you guys know how easy it is to take apart an AR and put it in a fucking suitcase. And he just rolled 3 suitcases up there and they're like, oh, he must be having a party. Yeah, we're just going to help him roll these suitcases up there.
To me,
like, yes, he was able to get those things up there.
To me, it was more haunting seeing the footage and like the casual conversation he's having with the bellhop. As he's going on, he knows what he's going to do as he's going up for one reason or the other, which we don't fucking know and it was never looked into, which is interesting. But the fact that he's having like just a very casual conversation, like, oh, did you see the Jets game? Like that sort of thing in the elevator is weird as shit.
That's what's wild.
Well, that's the way you would act if you're trying to carry out a mass shooting. Like,
Well, we all had a great run.
What's up, dude?
We had a great run. We're going to be probably in Guantanamo Bay after this podcast for talking about it.
So guns. You had a video last recently for a favorite.
We've gone off the rails. When Eli's like, oh, let's talk about guns.
Yeah.
That seems safer.
I feel like I feel bad for fucking Chase right now. Chase is like,
the last auto sear I built was exactly at this location, 2456 West Sycamore Street, at the date and time 0800 9/27 2024.
The numbers, Mason, what do they mean?
Now, that was an example of what not to do. The federal agent watching this was writing that down. They had to scribble that all out because that's for my friends what we call a joke. A little bit of a goofy woofy.
I hope you yourself.
And scene. Thank you.
All right. Wasn't that great? Acting. Acting. Mild shock.
Women.
it's like a rich podcast. Just it's the fake laughter we did with Rich.
No, I was gonna have Chase put in the women.
Cody knows. Rich white people shit.
Women voting.
We actually. This is like one of the hardest podcasts. I'm like, I don't know where we go.
Moody.
Right now.
Should we level it out? Should we level it out somewhere?
Should we end women's suffrage? They've been suffering.
These bras are voting. They get the same vote as me.
Jesus Christ.
I can tell this from the last 2 brain cells over there fucking rubbing together. And scene. I'm 6'5", by the way.
Just mewing after you.
I love women.
Speaking of mewing, did you see the boomers freak out about that dude behind Trump?
No.
Have you seen this? Have you seen this?
No, what?
All right, Chase, if you cannot find this video, I will send it to you. There was a guy sitting behind Trump after the second assassination attempt, and he literally did the thing where like he makes eye contact with the camera and just goes like, and he does the Reddit meme, like that sort of thing. And all the boomers freak out and they share it all over Facebook. They're like, what does he mean by this? Man threatens President Trump behind him. Like, straight up, he's just like doing the
bye
like
bye.
Doing that. Yeah.
I hate that I gotta get off the internet.
We are chronically online.
Your brain is fried enough that you got that
cooked,
immediately.
Dude. It's so cooked.
Do you use Twitter much? Are you a big Twitter user?
I like Twitter. I gotta stay off Twitter, dude.
I think we did it last time. I turned on my Twitter. Wait, what is that?
Oh yeah, you're
Fuck, how do I check
screen time?
Screen time. Do
I just on Twitter and I just see Cody bullying David Hogg.
That was me today.
Oh yeah, you guys.
He's in town today.
Just ratio on the poor boy.
Poor boy.
To be fair, he deserves it.
Yeah, he kind of stands on the bodies of his dead classmates and whatever.
Oof, Marone.
Screen time for a daily average on Twitter. What do you think it is?
4 hours.
So last week,
Cody, wait, Cody, bring up your daily
How do we
average.
do the thing again?
Screen time.
Go to your settings.
Guys, gals at home, do this. This is a great little thing to do.
Go to settings. Scroll down just a little bit at the bottom of the second
that's yours.
Paragraph, I guess. Or third, screen time.
We're going to share. Everyone, pull up your phone at home. We're going to see how much screen time you're using on.
See all app and website activity.
Yep.
I have 2 hours and 33 minutes on YouTube in the last week.
No, that's today.
Oh, I have 2 hours and 33 minutes on YouTube today.
That's your average. Wait, that's today. That's wait. Is that Twitter?
Go to last week.
Wait, where's X?
Hold up.
We're going to the
last week. There you go.
There.
Got an hour 9 on X.
Is that average?
Daily average is 9 minutes.
Doing week.
Daily average?
Oh no.
I get on and I get out.
1 hour and 9 minutes
Last week. Holy shit, Cody.
Wait. Hold on. Here we go. Cody, what is your daily average on Twitter?
Or weekly average?
Weekly average.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Whoa, shit.
Wait, what's weekly? How do I get weekly?
No. Eli, you tell us yours first.
37 minutes.
Mine is an hour and 56.
Okay. Aaron. You had an hour 9?
Hour 9.
Cody?
From X exclusively?
Yes.
It's high if you're pointing out what app.
12 hours.
12 hours!
And 16 minutes.
Cody! How are you spending 12 hours of your life bullying people a day?
I don't know. It's fun as shit.
Not a day. It's for the week.
Wait, how do I check weekly?
Let me.
Week. I got it.
There you go. For last week.
37 minutes. Wait, how do I do last week?
Scroll down slightly and it shows up at the top.
Yeah? At weekly? Week?
Scroll down slightly.
Day.
There you go.
Oh, man.
This?
Let me.
You do it.
Yeah, so it's this week. You press that arrow up top. Last week.
Oh, cool.
Wait, are we doing today or weekly? We're doing
weekly. Today you have
updated. Oh, you got me beat. Brandon, you beat me. Average. How's it 2 hours if none has hit 2 hours? Not a single
That's
one.
your total screen time, or
Yeah, that's total, but none hits 2 hours.
because it's 2 hours total.
Oh,
2 hours and 45 total over the week. It's not your average.
What's my average then?
I don't know.
23 minutes. Wait, Cody, what's your? Is yours actually 12 hours day?
No, you mean today?
What's your daily average?
Today's daily average? 6 hours, 23 minutes.
What's last week's daily average?
That's for everything.
Last week's average was 6 hours.
Okay. 12 hours is like you're bullying people for 12 hours a day. That is insane.
6 hours a day is the average.
Mine's 23 minutes, Cody.
No, that's for everything. He's talking about for everything across the board.
Yeah, daily, but daily average.
Not for X, for everything on your
what's
phone.
X? What's daily average for X, Cody?
That's not
an hour.
Yeah,
An hour,
okay,
45
yeah.
minutes.
Okay. See,
Yeah. 2 hours a day average.
I thought it was 6 hours a day on Twitter.
No.
Typing angrily. What's yours?
I feel like I'm around you for more than 6 hours. My daily average for everything, like everything
All
together, is 3 hours and 46 minutes.
Okay, and then your daily average on Twitter?
Let me find that.
This is a fun game. You get to play it at
Make
home.
me feel real bad. My daily average for Twitter is 20 minutes.
Oh, see, you're good.
I fit a lot of bully into a very small amount of time.
You're concentrated bullying.
Yes, exactly.
I picture Cody texts you who to bully. You hyperfixate.
It's like a high proof bully.
Yeah.
You know, my friends tell me who to bully, and I bully them.
Cody, I think you're the one that tells you who to bully on Twitter.
You
Speaking of which, when is David Hogg coming on the podcast?
He's in San Antonio right now.
I was going to invite him. I feel like he should. If he wants to get his message out to as many people as possible, I would suggest coming on the Unsubscribe podcast.
Do you want to tell him that right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd love to give you a platform.
Dude, you spend the least amount. Wait, is that
Do you want to
weekly?
say it
Yeah,
first,
but on
and I'll just,
Instagram, I
Go for it, dude. I already
way too much. YouTube.
I ratioed the shit out of him today.
I can see that. YouTube, I bet our averages are extremely high because we sleep with it. I don't know about you guys. I sleep with YouTube.
When I go to hotels, so I can't sleep with music or movies or anything like that or shit playing. I sleep with rain noise.
My daily average on YouTube is 3 hours.
It's a lot of YouTubing.
Dude, nighttime, that's what Sav will tell. I pass out to that shit.
How long has this podcast been going on for?
2 hours and 1 hour and 59 minutes.
There's most of your screen time right there, kid.
Yeah, see? Hey, the average retention time on this podcast, 44 minutes.
Dang.
Beautiful people out there.
So last week I had 11 and a half hours on YouTube.
What was your daily average?
Hour and 39.
I wish I was there. 3 hours, 20 minutes.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you go to sleep to it, then that's
I pass out. I put my earbuds in and pass out to whomever talking.
That's crazy. I can't sleep with earbuds or anything like that.
I slept going to war.
That's a little different.
That mission, I'd be like,
I shot a competition this weekend. I fell asleep to gunfire.
Holy shit, yeah, you shot a competition in a full white suit, and what gun were you using?
An FNC.
And then you placed what position?
So I will put it out there. I shot lethal weapons this weekend. I am not a comp shooter. I'm not even a good shooter. I have
off. I'm going to uplift my boy right now. Homeboy can shoot.
I'm not a good shooter. I'm really not.
Off. Dude, whole iron sights. What was your 0 on the AK for class warfare?
It was tight. That one, I was very proud of that.
100 yards.
I was proud of that because I'm not a very good shooter.
Chase, put it up.
That's amazing. I mean, that's a 1 MOA.
Arsenal AK 1 MOA.
No shit. Was it 545 or
7.62? It was
trash ammo.
Damn. That's pretty good.
Yeah, with whatever Eli had in the box is what it was.
That was garbage.
Yeah.
But no, but I don't consider myself like when you go to like a competition, you have actual competitors, like guys who train that shit. I'm not a very good shooter.
Guys that'll eat your lunch, dude.
Yeah, and they deserve it because they put a lot of time in it. I don't. I just have fun. But doing light irons, I was running FNC iron sights out of 106 shooters. I think I did 36, if I'm not mistaken. So I was really proud of that. That was really fun.
And flip flops, no less. Damn.
No. I was running the camouflage, the loafers.
Oh yeah,
the multicam loafers from Tactical Flip Flops.
Damn, dude. I will say, watching the Arsenal versus the Pioneer, because the Pioneer, the shot group was like a sub 2 foot
spoiler
MOA.
For the upcoming class warfare.
Yeah, sub 2 foot MOA, and Jake, where is it? He's like here, and here. I was like, let me shoot it too. It was like here, and here. I was like, it's the fucking gun. And then Brandon shoots the Arsenal. Mm-hmm. Jake's like here, and here, and we can't see him from 100 yards. We're like, holy shit. We go up, and it is that. I was like, yo, homeboy can shoot.
Yeah.
This is a good shot group for an AK.
To me, like my soapbox for the AK platform is, if you treat it, everybody has this attitude in the United States where like, it's just an AK. It's supposed to shoot like garbage. It's supposed to be reliable, and it's supposed to shoot like shit. That's what people think. It's like, well, if you have that approach going into it when you make it, of course it's going to shoot like shit. We have some of the like the people who actually gave a fuck about it when they built it. They're like, when we go to war and my children will be using this to protect their life, the gun works great.
Yeah.
It's like you can get, if you care about lug contact, if you care about headspace, if you care about like all that shit together, you can build a really, really good gun. If you give it's just like any other rifle, really.
We were all like fucking with Brandon because he shot the rifle at first, and it was like do, like it was all over the place.
Minute of shithead at 100 yards.
Yeah, we're like, oh, Brandon, now shoot the good rifle, and then like, dink. It was like a $1 quarter size.
Yeah.
Just boop, 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 right there next to each other
like,
with the good rifle.
I don't consider myself a good shot, but like, I'm not ass at my job.
Dude, iron sights, Brandon nailed it from 100 yards, just like dollar size. Like, it was fucking awesome.
You caught me off guard with that. Like walking up and actually having a response like, homeboy, kid, this was iron sights? Okay, it's not the gun. Also, Pioneer. They went out of business for a reason.
I was going to say, it's a company so good, they went out of business.
This is and then we modded out. We made both like $2,600, like both equal in price, and still the Pioneer just shot like fucking trash.
It's overgassed. It can't hold a group for shit. So Pioneer. Oh, a story I didn't tell on Class Warfare that I'll tell here. Pioneer actually did one of the shadiest marketing moves I've ever seen in my life. There's actually a very good, I might be butchering this a little bit, but I think this is correct. There's a very well-respected AK company called Radom. So the radon factory in Poland, which I believe was the Circle 11 factory when they were under the Soviet era. And then they started manufacturing AKs way back in the day. But Radom has a very good name for making very good quality AKs. And so Pioneer moved to Radom, Poland. It's the name of the town. And they literally started calling their company in marketing AK from Radom.
Holy shit.
To try to pretend that they were Radom AKs.
Dude, that is some peak lore.
It is
my God.
wild. It's like, holy shit. It's kind of like, it was just bizarre.
Do we make Bilov? Do we make AK better? No. We moved to Radon.
Yeah.
Manufacture there. We are okay.
God.
It's kind of like Springfield.
Or Springfield Armory.
Yeah, Springfield Armory. It's like, we're not that company, but we'll pretend we are for the marketing.
Yeah, baby. Boomers are gonna eat this shit up.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah. And so, like, if you read the side of the gun we used in class warfare, it says AK from Radom.
No way.
I swear to God.
I had a blast with that one. That was a really interesting to see why people would think AKs would suck. Is like, and it's crazy because, as you said, Chinese AKs will fire better than that.
Oh yeah, they'll beat the shit out of it any day.
This is a $2,000 AK that fires. I would run that probably over an AR any day of the week because I know it's going to run every day of the week.
And I don't want to like. I obviously have a bias, right? Like I don't want to like
AK guy
suck my own dick or anything. But like when you give enough of a shit about the AK platform, where you take all these things into account, like the head spacing, how the barrel is made, like how the chamber is reamed, barrel harmonics, like you just take everything into account. You can make a really good gun. Like my gunsmith Zach is probably I think he is the best AK smith in the entire country.
Yeah,
and that's not a bias. I genuinely think if I was to, like, no monetary investment in anything, if I wanted an AK made that I needed to run forever, I would have Zach build it. He is so intelligent, so well versed in the AK platform. I cannot give him enough kudos.
Yeah,
I'm privileged to be his friend, and I'm privileged to have him as an employee.
Zach, hey, yeah, it's me. I need an AK-105, and I need it stat. Thanks, man. Bye.
It's like you know a guy. It's like we can have this put together if you want, something like that.
Thank goodness.
I need a good AK. I have a trash. I have what? Well, no, you said my Zap. You
have an M92 SBR. That's pretty nice. I gave you a fucking Bakelite today because I'm like, he had a polymer mag in it. I'm like, yeah, homie needs a Bakelite in this setup.
I was like, thank you. I'm excited to run that one. We all got our guns. Like I'm enjoying the shit out of that. We need to bring you on one or just do one with you. And
I would love to.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I thought I wanted to do. We all have to pick a subsonic, a rifle that's suppressed, and then build out our favorite loadout for that.
Class warfare for bows.
Bro, you down?
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't have to pick like a 180-pound draw.
I'm not that strong yet. I'm building up to it.
I don't have the boatism, but I would love to get involved in that.
The sad irony about war bows that I've learned is like for a stave, a piece of like wood, just like a stick, a bendy stick, it costs me like $1,000 when you start getting into the higher draw weight. It's ridiculous, dude.
Wait, when does it break the $1,000?
I mean, like you're talking like 800 and up when you're like getting up to like the 90-pound and plus.
Because I mean, to have a material that thin, but to be able to have that strong of a draw weight, you need insane tensile strength for wood.
Yeah, like it's wood guys that know how to work on it and actually make them to where they're going to be good too. It's like who the hell's out there making war bows?
It's a really interesting niche now that I think about it.
Yeah.
We need to learn.
You brought me in on the TISM.
On the TISM, dude. Yeah,
dude. We got Brandon shooting. Brandon's actually getting into compound bows.
Oh hell yeah!
Hopefully.
Compound bows. When I go to the archery range and I see the guys shooting compound bows, I feel like I'm in a hot air balloon watching like an F-22 Raptor fly by. They're like, their groupings are like this small, like 100 yards, and I'm over here like, God wills it. And it's like gone. I'm like, there goes another arrow. Oh shit!
It's eating dirt with it.
St. George bless this one. Yeah.
Inshallah, this shall find a blasphemer.
Yeah. These freaking nerds have their laser rangefinder for their bows. I'm like, get the hell out of here, dude. Ugh.
Dude, we got Brandon.
A laser?
Laser range, like they're like
Like
laser.
how I do
yeah.
mine at like 20s. My backyard is at 20, so we know exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, here,
They
Brandon.
know their hold.
shoot
They
it.
have their zeros. It's nerds.
Yeah, it's a fun time, dude. Brandon fucking hit targets. He was like, okay, I can get into this. He's like, okay,
it's
I can get into this.
addicting. When you hear the thwack of a target, you're like, oh yeah, it's nice.
My favorite part was when you were, because I was saying like one of my insecurities when I was pulling back the compound bows, I was using so much strength on it because I was worried like if I let it go even a little bit, it's just gonna come back forward and I'm just gonna send one in the dirt.
Yeah.
And Eli's trying to demonstrate. He's like, oh, you don't really have to, like once you get it past that point, boom, and he pulls it back. He's like, you really don't have to put any effort into sails one over his fence.
I was like, my bad.
He's just like,
I was like, my bad, I gotta go get that. Because for the most part, compound bows, you're like, relax.
Yeah.
But there is that, the second it does hit that, you relax too much.
crying.
Boom. Gotta go put this inside real quick.
But it is like 60 pounds is, bows are weird poundage because Cody has 60 pound. You have
Mine's 80.
Matthew's 80 pound. That's fucking, do a little pullback on that one. That's like, got it, launch it, shoot 300
what
miles
was yours,
an hour.
60?
62. I'm going,
okay.
yeah, 62. But it's a
Even
30
now,
inch.
that was-
30 inch 62 is different from a 32, 34, right? You know bows.
Say it again.
30 inch, 62 pounds.
yeah, like your
harder
draw,
versus a 34 that's 60 pounds. Because the more leverage you have, easier it is to pull it back. His bows.
So yours is
100.
way tighter because it's smaller. Well,
Yeah, it is, baby. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Damn, Skippy.
Go on.
I think I'm done.
All right.
But it's a blast. Like if anyone out there get into bows, you got me into bows. It is the most. It's just calming. You just get to shoot bows, have a good time.
Throwing a
Like,
podcast, just twanging away, dude.
fucking 30 rounds, 20 rounds and you're exhausted.
Yeah. It's like a workout. Like when I shoot my heavy bow, I feel like up in my traps and my back. I'm like, ooh, I'm cooked. There's a point where I reach where I'm like, man, that's it for the day.
Because we did it on fight night the other day, and like after that, I was like, ooh, I woke up the next morning, I'm like, man, I got that's kind of sore.
Yeah.
Because we were shooting bows for like a little while. Like, I've got shit that's sore that I'm not used to being sore. That's
My
weird.
buddy Dash, he can pull 160 pounds, and he's like, pretty much the only thing in the gym that can replicate it is like super wide grip pull-ups. It's like the only thing that can kind of replicate it.
Dude, 160 pounds, fucking
It's insane,
wild.
dude. It's insane. I can only get like with his, like if I get
'cause
like
you're
really
like this,
like lean into
yeah,
it,
like you're tightening your
Okay.
lats.
yeah. I will either do a down up or an up down. I think the up down
this.
is easier because you can like pull, like you're doing a push pull into it.
I'm surprised I would assume like bent over rows or something like that, where you're like on the bench, like pulling back like that.
I thought so too, but I mean, I'm going off what he says, and he pulls way more weight than I do.
Fair.
160 pounds, that arrow is cooking.
Those arrows they jump up in size too. It's like the thickness of almost your thumb, like of that arrow.
So I'm wondering if you get an advantage at that point, like to up the weight of the arrow.
Yeah. Oh, well, we're shooting 100 grain. I want to say like our arrows are 400 spine, 100 grain tips.
Yeah.
Those have to be. What's your
Probably like
100?
1,000 grain, I guess.
Fucking-
Like they're heavy.
Dude,
For reference on weight, 1,000 grain arrows.
I think so.
The 50 caliber is about 660 grain. So you're using something that's roughly
the 50 caliber is
50% more than 50 caliber.
Dude, that's
So
blowing
we were
back.
testing against. I have a 600-pound medieval crossbow, and I got from Todd's workshop. And so
600 pound.
Yeah, so I need a goat's foot lever to get it back. So I have the leverage. So you get it back. You have a bolt. You fire it up against armor that he had. His bow at 160 pounds did better than my 600-pound crossbow.
It's just punching through armor.
So he had a much better bodkin tip, so it could penetrate armor a lot better. Mine, like it would just like essentially bounce off, and I was trying like a bodkin style, like a sharp point, and it just wasn't doing the same damage that his was.
Wild.
Have you guys tried that against modern body armor?
No, I feel like the analog. I mean, I'm down to try it, but I think he's done it before.
Plates with slow mo. That's even both. Like 160, even your bow, 106 pounds.
I think
on
I was
armor.
talking to Adam about that. The slow, like the high speed guys.
Ballistic high speed.
Yeah.
That's a good fucking video. I want to see what a 600-pound crossbow does to a skull.
Well, the problem is those crossbows they're not that efficient compared to like a modern crossbow.
Go on, why?
So I mean, you got to think it's a short metal bow.
You're taking advantage of the TISM audience.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, that's interesting.
Well, like
that sounds like something nerds would love.
Yeah.
Keep going.
It's like the energy. I mean, he's much smarter at this shit than I am. Like the energy transfer just isn't as efficient as like the modern compound bows, like or crossbows, I should say. And it's like, yeah, it's 600 pounds. That sounds really cool, but it's just like it's such a short length of travel with the bow on the crossbow. That's just not as good as like with how long he can pull back with the bow. It's like way more energy is getting transferred into that arrow.
Because like speed,
I guess I kind of explained it.
Yeah, you did. You did really good. Yeah.
Right.
Speed does a lot better, but at the same time, you have a law of diminishing returns with a certain point, like with certain materials that you're using to transport at that speed.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking like that would be wild if you like I was just translating that to bullet technology. I'm like I would love to see if you had some like serious like hardcore like the hardened steel hardened tips like you have like let's say M855A1 like that sort of like really like solid tip but you carved it almost like a drill bit toward the end with the rifling.
It's kind of like G9. You ever use G9 ammo? They have an external copper hollow point. Like
I have.
And so for their 9mm rounds, they're like, what is it? Like some of them are like 80 or 70 grains or something like that.
I feel like somebody gave me some of those on the campaign trail.
Really?
Actually. Yeah.
Dude, phenomenal defensive ammo. I just ordered some for my 45 ACP I want to try out. But anyway, yeah.
But if you had a hardened
so
steel,
90 grain on 45.
But imagine a hardened steel tip.
Well, no. For the 45 ACP, it was I think it was 170 grain, and then for like the 9mm, it was like 70 to 80 grains. Like
That's
it's super light, very light.
Yeah,
very light. But it's cooking out of that gun, and it's external copper hollow point.
But imagine like sharpened tungsten on the tip of a round like that. Like
that would be sick. That's a video.
I am 100% certain that like Crane or somebody like that has done this research before, and they've got results. But I'm really curious to see what would happen.
It's gnarly, dude.
We're gonna see in the comments now where the autism people are like, we need to test all of them.
So if you have proprietary military knowledge on how that would work out, please let me know because I, as an autist on the internet, and I'm curious. I would like to know.
If you're a big War Thunder guy and you want to leak some documents,
use my code.
Use my code.
Donut operator.
WarThunder.com.
Use code treason for 20% off.
I'm gonna ask all.
Could you imagine getting to run that ad?
Yeah, dude. Treason. We had cum for a long time. We can make that happen. Treason.
Running code treason on a War Thunder ad would be wild.
We had cum 20 for a long time.
Oh, I know.
Oh my god.
I would love that.
Cody, after show, close this out, big boy.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining the Unsubscribed Podcast. I was joined today by Eli, Double Tap Administrative Results, my favorite baby boy.
Oh, thank you.
Brandon Herrera, and
second
myself,
favorite baby
Donut
boy.
Operator. Join us on the after show on Patreon. Please, Unsubscribed Podcast.
We love you.
We'll talk about bows.
We'll talk about girls.
Gross. That's gay.